Whip out the what's a gypsy.
Hit him with that Copper Creek.
What? Oh shit. Yeah.
That's kind of hard. I'm not gonna lie.
This is wild. Yeah. Whack him upside the head with a mostly empty bottle of screw or box of screws.
Got that Copper Creek on me, boy.
What the fuck with me, bro? Throw these screws at you.
Is that a hardware store? We sponsored.
Sponsored by Home Depot.
Yeah.
That'd be an epic sponsor, to be honest.
Dude.
Imagine.
It would be. And then we just have to have the Home Depot be playing very softly in the background.
That's the background music. They probably wouldn't appreciate us talking about E.T. being a Mexican in the last episode. Welcome to Ghost and the Ox. This is episode, I don't fucking know. This is episode, Welcome to Mexico. That's what it is.
All right.
I'm
Arriba.
Arriba. I'm Devin.
I'm Trey.
I'm Malice.
He is Malice. He's our special guest, returning guest. It's been a fucking minute since we've hung out.
Stars
It's been about an hour at this point. Truth be, all things considered.
An hour? Huh?
Yeah, you're saying it's been like more than a minute. It's been like
Oh, it's been like a day. Yeah.
yeah. Well,
No, because we've tried to record like 3 or 4 different times
literally.
over the last 6 months, and every
been
time
rough,
it would
dude.
fall through.
And yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
It's literally
How
like,
dare you?
Dude. Well, that's why I said literally the stars aligned. That's why it was like perfect when you were like today, the 17th. Wait, no, yeah, 17th.
Is that today? Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's 17th.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
You guys remember those?
yeah.
The Hannah Montana like intro.
Oh, the bumpers? Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what they're called? Bumpers.
Where it's like in between stuff. Yeah.
The musical transitions.
Yeah. It's a bumper.
I used to be fucking singing those at work. It's like, can you fucking check these accounts? Yeah. Whoa. My coworkers are like, all right.
He's very enthusiastic about that.
Did you get this shit done? I'm like, yeah, it's already done. They're like, oh, all right then.
That's hilarious. I can see you doing that for real. That's what's
Can you
funny about
notarize these fucking papers? Yeah.
it. How many different ones are there?
There's a couple. Well,
There's-
the ones
yeah.
that I sing.
Well, how many just period are there? That
There's well, I don't want to get copyright striked. I don't know if that's a thing.
I don't think you'll get copyright striked from
No shot.
Yeah,
bro. But you don't know.
by singing
Hey.
bumper
The algorithm
music.
picks up fucking anything nowadays.
you're right. Fair enough.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of bullshit ones. Sometimes I'll sometimes even I'll have a separate tab open and I'll have them ready, like at the ready, the timestamps. So I'll just be like, all right, I'll play it and then I get up and like do whatever I need to. And then like when I come back, it's like perfect timing.
Got you.
I wish I had bumper music for my real life. I wish you could have a soundtrack for your
Every
actual.
time
makes
you
it
walk
kinda
through a
fun.
door, you just hear like a
Yeah,
just something
some little jingle.
in your head.
Yeah.
Every time I walk into a store, or every time I
I feel like that could be a reality soon. Augmented reality on the scene.
in the metaverse,
Yeah.
you could do this.
The meta.
Establishing shot of like your home. You're walking in, and then music plays, little jingle. It's like, oh boy, I want a sandwich. Laugh track.
Hilarious. Peak comedy.
Yeah.
The best is where it just gets stuck on. The laugh track's just running for days and you're just like, you can't sleep. You're just staring at the ceiling, just like fucking after 5 days of like no sleep.
Yeah, it's like,
The laugh track's still going.
like this world's it's like this world's equivalent of the fucking the fire alarm with the dead battery.
Yeah.
Just the beeping. Yeah. Just this annoying perpetual thing that's like just not annoying enough to not want to deal with it, but it's still like just frustrating. I don't know.
Okay, this is not meant to be a racist question. I'm not racist, all right?
Oh, shit.
What is it with like black and Hispanic people where they let that shit die and they just never change the battery for like months and months on end? I'm going to ask the black person in the room. What is it? What is up with this? I need an explanation.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You don't want a working fire alarm?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, because it's one of those things where it's like it hits and you get that like
I never had
that initial like, ooh, that's unpleasant. I hate that. That's so annoying. I gotta do something about that. But then it's there and gone so immediately that the
forget about
feeling itself
But then it comes back.
lingers for like a minute. But then after that, if you don't immediately get up and deal with it, the feeling dwindles like as immediately as the sound did.
And then you just get used to it.
Yeah.
And you effectively,
You tune it out.
after a while, you learn to tune it out.
Yeah.
But effectively,
That is so bullshit. I would never tune that out.
neither do I. It drives me up the fucking wall, which is why
what I'm
I don't
saying.
do that shit.
Yeah.
That's why I'm bringing it up, because it's so irritating.
I caught the half white gene on that one. I caught the white gene on that one.
White gene.
Yeah.
Your smoke alarm batteries are brand new.
Our charge.
I'm pretty sure we didn't even have a smoke alarm for a minute.
I don't have a
Growing
smoke
up.
alarm. I remember
Really?
the moment.
Yeah.
You didn't have a smoke alarm in your house?
Nah, dude. My fucking Puerto Rican family was just like
Living life on the edge.
They were just like, I mean, you smell the smoke.
If you s-
I was like, all right, well, like,
You better
know what?
start being careful touching those door handles. Just, you know?
fucking.
But what sucks is that my room is that like the handles of my doors are like this plastic crystal. So if there's a fire, my handles would melt and I wouldn't be
They
able to
just
open
melt.
my
It's the
door.
fake shit. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you just have to kick your door open?
I guess if
You
I
got a
was
window?
it would be but there's bookshelves in front of it.
Yo, I
Same.
had to climb through my bedroom window to get in my house the other day.
Oh.
Because Gage and Taylor weren't home, and they locked the door, and the garage door was closed, and I didn't have a key on me, so I had to go around the back, and thank God my window was unlocked, so I could get in. But I felt like a criminal breaking my own house.
Yeah, that always sucks. I've had to do that a few times.
Yeah.
But no, I just wouldn't be able to do that. I've got my room is so cramped. I've got no space anywhere.
Same.
So it's just open window. It used to well actually right now there's like my synths and studio stuff in front of the window. There used to be windows or bookshelves in front of it, which did get knocked over once when my mom tried to go in through my door anyway when she got locked out of the house. That was fun. I had to come home from work at like 4:00 in the morning and just see that all of my books and my mouse's like enclosure were just collapsed all over the floor.
I think you told me about this.
Yeah, and I was just like, it's just like, yeah, I had to get in the door, lock myself out. I'm sorry. I'm just like, didn't even do anything. I'm just like, no, sorry. I'm just like, okay. I just cleaned it up.
The audacity
Hey, you
to
know,
do that and not even clean
Hey.
it up.
It happens.
It is what it is,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh my God, no.
Yes,
bro.
but
Yeah,
also
dude.
it's like, what are you gonna do to my fucking mom? I'm not gonna
Yeah,
fucking
right.
like. If it was anybody else, they'd get fucking
Bro,
kicked in the dick.
I'd throw.
But, like,
I would make such a fit about that with my mom if she did that to me.
I mean, and also consider the fact it was one of those things where
Shot.
it was one of those things where again I was coming home from an 11-hour shift at work, bussing at the ale house,
Busting.
Bussing.
at ale house, and
Busting it down at our house.
busting it down. Nowhere near sexual style at ale house. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Never mind. Anyway, and I had to bike to and from work, so I had to bike 12 miles.
Damn.
Been there.
Yeah, to and from work,
I know
at
that life.
4:00 in the morning. So I pull up with my bike, pull in. I'm like, okay, I'm finally gonna go to sleep. Open my door, chaos. It's like, fuck, but I don't know.
That is not bussing.
No, what was the question? I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Fire alarm? No. The smoke detector noise. Ever have to deal with it?
I don't even have one in my room right now. Like I said, it's fucking.
I don't think I have one in my room, but I got a few of them in my house.
I think I actually have one in my room. My room's like converted part of a garage. So it's like, yeah. I mean, it's somewhere to stay, so I'm not complaining.
Fair enough. Was that VC?
Yeah.
I
I didn't think about it. It did it for a minute, but no, it's got AC. It's
Fair
like,
enough. For it.
His answer was like, "Who's asking?"
Yeah, it was like,
are you the feds? Or
yeah, you
my shit's up to code.
try to come and cut a little bit, or something. But no, fucking.
It's like, you got a fire alarm in your room? Okay.
You got a fire alarm.
You got a window?
You
A
got
window
AC?
accessible by the fire marshal? Okay.
Yeah.
You got a fucking pull permits? Yeah.
Don't worry about it. How
You
far
have a
are you?
city-
How far are you away from the curb?
You have a city approved screen on there.
Probably, yeah.
Wait, permits.
You asking me where my papers are? Is that what you're asking?
No, I would never. Anyway, you on the other hand.
Whoa, wait,
I don't know what the
yo.
fuck's going on with you. You
Whoa.
look like what?
My house is not up to code.
Fair enough. Yeah,
It probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. So let's start talking about what we were almost talking about before he got here because I wanted to save it.
What are we talking about?
Starfield.
Oh, Starfield? Dude.
How do you feel about Starfield, Trey?
I think.
Have you played it at all, or you just
No,
looked
I've
at
just
it?
been keeping tabs on the dialectic surrounding in the dialogue surrounding Starfield since it came out, and it's been pretty entertaining. Like seeing it post Fallout 4 and 76. Bethesda's new trial. It's more so like watching gameplay of Starfield while playing Cyberpunk 2077 and after playing Baldur's Gate 3 and like all of these other games that are so much more like fleshed out and real and like good versus this Bethesda game that's literally just a reskin of the same fucking mechanics, just like with different words and
but it's,
icons and skins.
But it's Bethesda.
Yeah. Yes. And so
Don't
what
you
it
like
is,
Fallout? It's Fallout in space.
Skyrim.
but it's worse. It's worse. It's arguably worse.
It's funny because like that it used to be a meme. Skyrim with guns, like Skyrim with blank.
Yes, but now
now it literally is Skyrim in space.
Yeah.
See, I'm disappointed with Starfield because I was looking forward to it based on the false advertising that existed or the false promises that basically
Todd's sweet little lies.
Yes, Todd's sweet little lies.
I won't be.
And then when it came out, I'm sorry, but now it came out, and I've seen all the shit that. See, it looks like a good game, but it's missing the shit that I wanted.
Have you played it?
No. But I've seen a decent amount of it to know that it's missing the shit that I personally wanted out of it. Because I was curious in having, like, I was interested in having that almost Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky or whatever type exploration. Like even if there's not much out there, I wanted to be able to go to planets, explore a whole planet without invisible walls
Did
and
you
shit.
play No Man's Sky?
I didn't actually. I don't have time for games at all, really. But I was gonna make an exception for it.
Okay.
If it was actually good. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just it's not what I wanted. Yeah. I would play No Man's Sky actually. I'd like to.
Yeah, if I had the time to, I definitely would try to pick it up just to give it a shot. Because I remember playing it when it came out, and I was like,
No Man's Sky.
yeah, it was just no content.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it first came
No
out.
man's
That's how it was
content.
for
And then like almost exactly a year later,
Yeah.
when they like patched it, updated it, and it's like
and started
became
Tried
like-
like, hey guys, it's good. I swear.
yeah. Trust me, bro.
Trust me.
It's good. It's good now.
Yeah, it's funny. They just literally just shut up and made the game better. They just
Yeah.
shut up and fixed it.
Yeah.
They didn't even.
I've seen a lot of shit about Starfield, but I won't have an actual opinion until I play it and like not
Me
just
neither.
fucking sit down. Like I'm 15 plus hours, and that's light for a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Because like New Vegas, bro, New Vegas is down
Again,
here.
I'm not saying that it's a bad game.
Yeah.
Because I also haven't played it.
Yeah.
But my point is just that the stuff that I was interested in isn't there. So I've lost interest in it entirely because I don't really want to sink the time into that game when it's lacking the stuff that I wanted there to be. Like I wanted to be able to fly around in space, but it's apparently just loading screens. I wanted to be able to go to planets and explore shit and find random shit. Like in the same way that I would, because when I played Skyrim, I fast traveled very little. I enjoyed like taking my time to cross the map and discover stuff along the way. That was how I liked to play. So in Starfield, I was looking forward to, okay, I have to go to this planet. Let's see what I find on the way. That type of thing.
Yeah.
And apparently, from what I've seen and heard,
location.
they don't really have that.
Yeah,
you just fast travel planet to planet, and you're instantly there, and that's
fast
it.
travel to outside of the planet, and then some ones you can like land on. Other times there's like other shit going around, like there's a wreckage in front of blah blah blah. Like well, it's not spoilers. Fucking Saturn's a gas planet. You can't land on it.
Right.
So they're like, oh yeah, well allegedly you can't land on it. So yeah, but I don't. For most media, I don't have an actual opinion until I either like watch it, listen to it, play it, because like I can read reviews all day and be like, oh, this is good for a reason because the reviews say it or because I think it. Like I like 47 Ronin. People are like that movie's
It's a movie, right?
Yeah, Keanu Reeves was in it. Yeah, people are like that movie's dog shit. I'm just like, it was pretty cool to me. I mean, shit. But
There's been plenty of things like that for me too. I'm trying to think. I can't think of a good example off the top of my head now, but there's definitely been things like that where like everybody dogs on it, and then I watch it. I'm like, actually, it's alright.
yeah,
I'm trying to think of an example of that. I don't think I have anything like that.
There's definitely been
My
things
taste
like
is
that.
just immaculate. I don't know. Is that my
Your taste is just immaculate.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
fucking
know.
nothing but AAA films.
My
nothing
taste-
but 10 out of 10
My
records.
taste is the right taste. It's correct.
It's just like,
I have the correct taste.
Objectively.
right.
Let it be known.
No, I don't know. Do you plan on getting Starfield?
I do after, so I need to get Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I need to get that. I need
fuck
to,
is that?
bro.
What is that?
The whole
Essentially,
ass
Jet Set
video
Radio 3. That's what it is.
I never played that.
Essentially.
Never played Jet Set Radio.
Bro, oh my god.
game. Yeah. It's that
Okay,
dude.
so Jet Set Radio was a game that came out for the Sega Dreamcast when, that was a thing. Super cool, amazing soundtrack. Basically rollerblade and like do graffiti and like Japan or futuristic, like Neo Japan. Yeah, they made another one, Jet Set Radio Future, for the original Xbox. And that's like where I started basically like taking interest in art from those games.
Really?
Directly, literally.
Wow.
Because I started art like with like graffiti because of my brother, and that was both from those games. So that kind of like led me down like the art path in life. But yeah, this new game, the review's insane. It's everything. I know I haven't played it, so again, what I just said, I won't have an actual opinion, but it's so close to what fans of the source material have been asking for years and years and years that I'm just glad it exists. So I play that first, and then
What's it called again?
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I have the words in order. My dyslexia actually messes up, legitimately messes up.
No, I get you. That name though, it sounds like.
Dude, it's so fucking
Sounds like
sick.
sounds like a Jedi in Star Wars or something.
Dude, it's so sick. It's like
Jedi Master Bomb Rush Cyberpunk.
it's like, and the soundtrack is banging on it.
Yeah.
like
It sounds like a game
Dude.
that would have. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
fucking-
not- you don't have a
There's
title
like-
like that
there's
without a
like-
banging
dude,
soundtrack.
Got to.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
fucking some breakcore in it. There's some fucking.
Oof.
Oh, anime. You ever watch Air Gear?
No.
Damn. Okay.
Nope.
Air Gear is an anime basically about fucking people, futuristic gangs that rollerblade. There's only one season of it, but the manga went pretty deep. But the audio, the soundtrack for that anime was done by the same musical composer that did the music for Jet Set Radio. So that's a little fun fact.
Deep lore with Malice.
Yeah, fucking dropping lore on the daily.
Malice, the fuck you been up to lately?
Dude, it's been like a year, right?
It's almost been
Yeah.
exactly. It's been almost exactly a
Almost
year
October.
since the last podcast. Yep.
Yeah. Just work, life, school, or not school. Well, a little bit of school, but
You been getting schooled or schooling?
schooling.
Yeah.
Fucking just not like actual school, just at home, computer art classes, stuff like that. Just trying to learn some new stuff, new techniques, practice, sharpen the skills. Learned an instrument learning an instrument.
How's that going?
Pretty good. It's
Bass?
yeah, learning a bass.
Huge.
Learning how to play bass.
As a bass?
Pretty sick. Pretty bass.
I too am learning how to play bass. So
Dude, it's pretty fucking.
it is-
Are you for
it's
real?
yes.
Yeah, dude.
Since when?
How long have you been at it?
For a few months.
I didn't even
but
know you
don't do
started.
it.
Same.
It's one of those things where I started getting into it, but I've only really picked it up. I haven't picked up a steady regimen yet, so I can't say that I'm
I play
but I pick it up every once in a while. I strum. I hit some riffs and play along with some music every once in a while. But
I just figured out hammer-ons or figured out. So I'm practicing Schism by Tool.
ooh,
So I'm just yeah, shit sounds fucking sick.
nice. Yeah,
yeah.
playing any Tool song will make you feel like you're a fucking god
Oh yeah.
at playing.
I mean, it's hella
whatever.
repetitive. That's why,
Yeah.
and it's in drop D already. So that's mainly what I'm practicing.
What does drop D mean?
So drop D. So there's standard. You do instruments. There's standard I guess chord chord progressions.
Mm-hmm.
So the normal one is EA,
Well, scales.
DG scales.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be
Tunings.
called.
Tunings.
Yeah, tunings.
Standard tuning.
There we go. Standard tuning.
Yes.
So EA, DG.
Mm-hmm.
Drop these DA, D, G. Yeah.
Instead of E.
Yeah, instead of E.
Okay.
So it's like heavier. It's what a lot of like metal, hardcore, like people play and drop the.
Gotcha.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah. You can get some cool sounds.
See, I don't know instrument stuff. I don't know these things.
Not yet.
True.
You'll figure it out.
Maybe eventually.
Yeah.
I don't foresee myself picking up an instrument anytime soon.
Not
To be
yet.
honest, other than the computer.
I don't know. You're playing the shaker pretty proficiently that one day.
Was I?
Keep a rhythm.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah, you know.
Only
yeah.
mildly.
Oh, well, I mean, for your first time, you know.
You know, I used to play the clarinet in middle school.
Yeah, dude. Bring it back.
Middle school.
Fuck it. Bring it back.
Yeah, bring it back.
Nah.
Fire up those synapses again.
Bring out the whole
Dusty old-
clarinet.
Nah.
You can buy them for like $100 on Facebook Marketplace. Why not?
I know. The one I had was from like a pawn shop.
So get another one from a pawn shop.
Nah.
Nah.
I didn't like clarinet.
No. What would you want to play?
Have a nice day.
I don't really want to play anything.
Okay.
That's the thing.
That's valid.
I'm trying to play bassoon.
Bassoon?
Yeah, I would love to play bassoon or a tuba, but that's just way too expensive for me to ever afford ever in my life, which sucks. I'll always complain about that every podcast that I'm on, every single one.
Not the tuba?
Yeah, no, about the tuba, the fact that I don't have one.
Oh,
But
yeah. Interests. I mean, instruments don't really like. They interest me from a listening point of view, but I don't. I'm not really interested in like learning one. I don't know. It just doesn't really appeal
That's fair.
to me as something I want to put a lot of time into. Because I recognize that it takes time and patience and you
Yeah.
you're building a skill.
Yeah.
And I get that. Like I admire it. I respect it. I don't have any lack of respect for it. I just I don't think it's for me.
And it is
So,
time consuming.
Yeah.
Like I definitely, ever since I started like learning or practicing, like keeping up with like regiment, it's definitely like cut into other forms of art and just stuff like that.
yeah, there's a cost to being a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
It's definitely, well, it is an art form, so it's cool to like express it that like something new, you know. But it's definitely cut into other projects.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the little bit of music stuff that I am involved in is all digital electronic shit. So like I would kind of rather just like I guess progress my skills in that realm.
Yeah.
Stick to that because I don't really
Mixing? Do you mix?
I'm kind of like learning
Yeah.
I guess. I would not say that how do I put it? Like I'm in this like kind of in between stage where like I have more knowledge than someone who's never done it, but I'm not like proficient or fluent yet.
You're gonna feel like that for a very, very, very long time.
That's fine.
You ain't got that proficiency bonus yet.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
You
some.
ain't
There's,
even leveled up yet. It's been 10 years and you're still the same level.
yeah, probably.
Gotta get that
Yeah.
XP up.
I mean, there's stuff that I've made that I've mixed that sound okay where it's at, but like, it's not ready. It's not ready to.
Not radio finish.
It's no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do want to get better at that because I do want to make some electronic music things and also work on other people's projects with them just for the fun of it. Mostly because I like hands-on
Hell yeah.
messing with tech and the engineering aspect and recording and then being able to do a little bit of everything is fun for me. Even if I'm not amazing or like a pro at every single step in the process, being able to just do a little bit of everything is nice for me.
Just learning too.
It's satisfying.
Yeah. And it gives very valuable insight into what it is you actually want to do.
Yeah.
Anything you learn about any other thing regarding audio has like lessons that you can like retranslate into lessons that you can apply to podcasting for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like knowing a little bit about a lot of things because it also gives me the opportunity to be like, somebody wants help with something And because I know a little bit about that thing, I might be able to fit in that puzzle. I might be the puzzle piece they need to complete their project.
Yeah.
And this other person needs a completely different thing, but I might know a little bit about that thing too.
Yeah.
And be able to help there. You know what I'm saying? So like being able to work on a variety of
Main
things.
support.
Yeah.
Type vibe. Type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a healer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bard class.
Bard class.
Bards represent support.
Bro.
Gang.
I need that fucking bardic inspiration, boy.
I do be playing
Gotcha.
healer in Apex Legends, so
Apex,
yeah.
dude. I'm talking about a sweaty game.
I was really sweaty at
Bro,
Apex.
Apex is fucking.
I like Apex. I haven't played any games at all. That's the other thing. I haven't touched any video game in like
I'm getting a sweat in my eyes.
a few months. I'm a little sweaty too. It's hot in here.
Yeah.
A few months though. I haven't touched any games at all in like a few months. The last thing I've played was Minecraft, and it was
Okay.
whenever we played last,
Okay.
which is a while ago.
Minecraft
Damn.
classic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Still
have
playing
I have
to
a
this
realm.
day.
Huh?
A realm.
Yeah, we do have a realm.
server.
Same idea.
Okay, same vibe.
It's kind of the same thing, except you pay Microsoft for it,
Okay.
and they host it for you basically.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
Bet.
or no, you host it. Well, no, Microsoft hosts it.
You're just
technically.
paying for the space.
You're just
in
paying for the server space. Okay. But yeah, whenever we played last is literally the last time I've played any game. Period.
That's nuts.
That's
But I
been a
respect
while.
it. No, I
I've been
respect
on that
myself.
grind. I've been
No,
busy.
because I was on the same grind for a long time up until I, suddenly had a lot more free time.
We should talk about that. I don't think we've gotten any details about
Oh no.
any of that stuff like, on the podcast.
I do want to mention something before we
Go ahead.
go into this serious subject.
So it's not that serious.
You guys ever play a Pokemon like TCG?
No.
Card game? Oh, bro, that shit's so fun. I haven't played games in forever. The only thing I really like sat down and played with like people would be like Dungeons and Dragons. But that's been on hiatus for a while now, just like 3-4 months, just
Gotta
because
make it happen.
work, everyone's busy and stuff. And we meet in person and play.
Yeah. And
So it's schedules are hard. But
I feel like you have to play that way.
dude, it's so much better.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
yeah, it's
But,
undeniable.
Oh yeah, Pokemon. Amazing. So much fun. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh kid growing up, and like Yu-Gi-Oh was super fun, but so much more complicated than I think Pokemon. Pokemon is like simple. It's one of those games where it's like kind of simple to learn, but like hard to master. Super fun. And free to play online. They give you a bunch of decks that you can play with and like.
Oh, you
test
can play
out.
online? Like there's a digital version of it?
So I play with my friends, but in person. But I also play online.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then started playing Pokemon Go again.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you.
bro.
Everybody seems to be playing
dude,
Pokemon Go.
What was it that brought Pokemon Go back so heavily?
so I
was
started-
was there like some update or was there something?
Well,
or?
the Go Fest happened every year. There's
a
like
festival?
Pokemon Go Fest, and it's like the biggest time of the year.
Wasn't it like really shitty?
bunch
Ruined
of
one
stuff. Oh, I don't know. I played in 2016 when it dropped.
Yeah.
And then after like half a year stopped because work or whatever. I was just like, I'll let it get better. And just never went back to it. And then came back to it this year. Was it May? It was Memorial Day is when I came back to it. Literally on Memorial Day. And they just improved so much. It's so like fun now. There's raids. There's I got all my
So they have
coworkers to
added all
play.
that stuff
Oh yeah,
to it.
dude, they've added a shit ton. Yeah.
Okay.
There's PvP. There's raids. There's a bunch of stuff. But yeah, a bunch of really cool like events happened. Go Fest, which was like the biggest thing. Yeah, super fun. It's just it's a good time killer when you're at work. It's not
Yeah.
really good to say that, but
I'm jealous of like people who get into stuff like that because it just like I want to be into things that a lot of people are having fun with together, but it just doesn't appeal to me. Like
No.
I'm not hating on it.
yeah.
I don't actively dislike it. It just doesn't like draw me in.
What do you think of Dungeons and Dragons? Have you ever played?
I've played Star Wars D&D.
Okay, that's different.
And it was only for a couple of sessions because I was like a guest on somebody else's active campaign.
Yeah.
And so I made a character that basically part of the way the character works is he's able to come in and out of the story kind of just whenever I'm there, so that it
frees you, give you the availability to come in.
because it was with my friends in Tampa.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I'm not there all the time, but whenever I am there and they're having a session, I can pull up my character sheet and I can still join. And they like my character. Actually, they were doing they recently, like, I don't know, a few months back, they did like a tier list of like favorite characters from like this year-long campaign that they were doing, and my character was like on the top 10 or something. Or it was up there. It was
essential character.
Well, it wasn't even essential, but I had some good moments.
Top 10, shit. I had 10 fingers, and you're in there.
I had some really good moments in their campaign.
Okay.
Like, I think I've told this in the pod before, but there was one part where, like, this is the part that I remember the most. We were, me and the rest of the crew were basically protecting this, like, DJ, like, celebrity.
Okay. Within
Within Star Wars, like, made up character, but she's like a celebrity, and we go to this party thing that she was invited to or whatever. And I might butcher some of these details, but that's essentially what we're doing. We were like paid
bodyguards.
Yeah.
Security.
And me and another person
Protection.
were, it's like the setting was like this courtyard and like in the middle of like a building that's like a square. And me and another person were on the roofs, like keeping guard, looking down and around, whereas other people on our crew were inside the thing. And some shit breaks out.
Grassy knoll type shit.
No. Okay. Close actually. Well, some shit happens where like a smoke grenade thing goes off. Nobody can see anything.
Get down.
And I my guy has like a long range weapon, and I end up taking out somebody that was needed to be taken out.
Okay.
So I had a few like really important moments.
Really shined.
Yeah, I really had a few moments to shine. I wouldn't say I was essential to their campaign or anything, because that shit probably could have been taken care of by somebody else if I wasn't there. But it was definitely fun. It felt good to like do something and like, you know, have a part in it.
Yeah.
And basically my character, he's like a vagabond who he has this big, kind of like the Star Wars equivalent of one of those trucks that carries cars on it.
Okay.
Like a semi.
Yeah.
So my ship is this big ship that has hangars on it. It's like a medium-sized ship.
You're a space trucker.
Basically, kind of. Except basically, yeah, I'm a space trucker who, my ship has like 5 hangar bays on it that like smaller, like starfighter size ships could fit into.
Can dock.
Yeah, it can fit inside of it. Like a door opens and it can go in and land, and then it closes, and you can work on them and stuff. So it's like a medium to. It's not like a massive Star Destroyer type ship, or it's medium.
Big.
It's big enough, but it's kind of junky because my character, he comes from this little like slave mining village that was being oppressed by the Empire, and my character basically as a child didn't know anything about the outside like universe of the going on outside of just their mining village, because they were literally slaves. But he ended up escaping just by chance on like an Imperial ship and getting away, and then he found himself on like a junk planet, and he just became very obsessed with like learning about other technology and cultures of the galaxy. So we became like a collector of just like random technology.
A scrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like all my technology and all my stuff, like armor and stuff is very like, imagine like a Mandalorian, but with like random mismatched, thrown together gear.
Always looking for copper.
Yeah. Literally I have like, my ship is just full of like piles of like junk that like may come in handy one day, but right now I don't know what to do with it.
So you're basically,
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But I also have like knowledge of like other, like as an adult, I have like knowledge of like other cultures and languages and stuff like that the average person might not know, just because my upbringing had zero exposure to that. So I became super obsessed with it.
See, that's the great thing about like D&D, like sessions like that. Just in general,
Building characters.
Yeah, you can't make a character like that in Baldur's Gate 3.
Lore, like you can make your lore, like anything's, the narrative like is so story driven that you can just do anything.
And that's what's fun about Star Wars as a setting too, because
so expansive.
It's so expansive that you can do.
Yeah.
It's as expansive as regular D&D.
Yeah,
probably
for sure.
because there's so much shit in there you could do, and there's so much room to like make up stuff that isn't explicitly in canon, but could theoretically fit in canon anyways.
Yeah.
You know, like the weaponry we have, as long as it makes sense with the rules of Star Wars, you can just make it up, whatever it is. For example, my long range weapon that my character has is a slug thrower, which means it has like regular bullets, which exists in Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's just really rare.
Yeah.
Like nobody really uses them. The ship that I have, I don't think that type of ship exists in Star Wars,
But it could.
But it could because it doesn't break any rules of.
Yeah.
So it could exist. But that's what I love about Star Wars is like there's so much shit you could just make up.
For sure.
As long as it fits the rules, it works.
Expanded universe.
Expanded universe.
It's all canon.
Yeah. It's all canon until it isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically the
All
philosophy.
homebrew is canon.
No, that's basically the philosophy of Star Wars that the community has taken
Yeah.
Ever since Disney took over. Because when Disney took over, they basically said everything except the when Disney first took over, right? They said everything. The fuck.
Sorry.
Everything except the movies, the TV show, the Clone Wars that was going on,
Yeah.
and Rebels, the other TV show, and like a handful of comics and books. Everything outside of that,
Yeah.
erased from canon. So basically, what the community decided was, okay, everything can still be, there's canon and then there's legends.
Yeah.
So everything that is legends can still exist unless something within the canon contradicts it.
I
So-
mean, the Darth Bane trilogy was like, it's mentioned in Rebels. Like, Darth Bane is in, like, the ghost
Well,
of him.
what Disney likes to do a lot of times is they'll take characters
Yeah,
from expanded
that are
universe
super-
and they'll put them in, but they'll change them a bit.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing with Ahsoka right now with Thrawn.
Haven't started that.
I've only watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
They're at like 5 now, I think.
For what show?
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka.
But for what?
Star Wars.
What show though? Like what
Ahsoka.
series?
It's just called Ahsoka.
It's called Ahsoka.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's about the character Ahsoka.
Gotcha. Figured.
Anakin's Padawan.
Apprentice or Padawan.
Oh, okay.
Apprentice.
The
She-
one
From Clone Wars. Yep.
Gotcha.
But she's older now. She's like mature and grown.
She was also in Mandalorian. Yeah.
She was in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
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 For like 1 or 2 episodes. Yeah.
it
In
was
season
like
2.
2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was like 2
Is that
episodes.
spoiler at this point?
No, it's old enough.
Why
It's
have you
out.
seen it? Okay.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm not interested in Star Wars in the slightest.
Mandalorian's good though. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, it's pretty fucking
But
good.
D&D?
I'm sure I love D&D.
Yeah.
D&D
Would you
is
do
like
Star
one-
Wars D&D?
Maybe.
I mean, they're Spelljammers, which is literally just
Oh,
D&D in
dude.
space.
Magic
which is
Tech
like-
is my shit. I love anything.
I've had groups of friends like ask me to run a Star Wars campaign. I don't know enough about that, and they're the type of people where it's
Exactly.
just like
They would know.
this wouldn't happen. It's like, bro, but it's like it's so vast. But
That's what I like about my friends that they know a lot about it.
Yeah.
And so, but they're also not like that. They're like accepting because like I grew up with Star Wars, but I'm not quite as deep as they are. But they're not like that where they're like that wouldn't happen.
yeah,
that doesn't
they're
work.
so hardcore into it that it's just
That's
like,
annoying when they don't give
Yeah.
they don't give you any wiggle room. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and I'm sure they would be good, but they're just like they've brought me like modules and stuff that they found, and there's like, dude, there's like 80 classes, 80 like, and then like 120 subclasses. It's like, all right, bro, like.
See, I don't know
I
what-
can tweak D&D classes that are literally Jedi, Bounty Hunter, Sith Lord, like stuff like that, and like
the version that we were playing, or that my friends play, is basically you can be whatever you want except Jedi or Sith.
that's cool.
So it basically removes you from like that
Spotlight.
the Force stuff
Yeah.
of Star Wars. You're like regular people. Or droids. One of the characters literally was a droid.
Hell yeah.
One of the characters was a Wookiee.
Ball droid. Hell yeah.
Ball droid, like
Or
like
what is
BB-8.
it? Gonk.
A Gonk droid.
A Gonk droid.
One of the
yeah.
characters was a Gonk droid.
Yeah,
There's a
Gonk
char-
right up in
Yeah.
it, bitch.
Getting gonked up.
Keep
Gong
it
gang,
Gonk,
gong gang.
Gonk gang,
Gong
bro.
gang.
And my character was a human, with I told you like loves scrap and random tech and shit. My character, what I worked into the story was that my character has a like non-functional lightsaber in his collection of junk. So he doesn't know how to work it, doesn't know how to fix it, doesn't really even know what it is. He just has it. So it doesn't break any rules because within like the rules is you can't really use lightsabers.
Did you keep it on you for the flex? Like you see this
At all?
Outworlder?
No.
You just had it on the ship, or did you use it to like bargain or just like threaten?
I just had it.
So wait, there's a Star Wars roleplay game, TTRPG, where you're not allowed to use lightsabers of the Force.
This probably was homebrew.
Well, because it's homebrew. It's because it's kind of overkill. It's really OP.
That makes sense.
Force and lightsaber stuff is really OP.
Yeah,
Right, as it should be.
it should be.
Yeah,
At a
but
certain point, not at the beginning of the game, you work up to it, but like little 15 to 20, give me a lightsaber.
Like I had a trial with Star Wars with a different group, and literally all of them except like one person were all like, "Oh, I'm a Sith Lord, I'm a Jedi," and they were just like, "Yeah, my shit can cut through anything. It's a fucking lightsaber."
that's the thing, though. It's overpowered.
That's the problem, and it's just like, well, how do you?
because
mitigate
the
that,
force
It's
also
easy. Mitigating that is easy and it's simple and it's way more fun than you might think. The way they fix this problem, if you have overpowered characters, you give them an overpowered world. It's that simple.
That's what Star Wars is to begin with.
And everybody as a DM, anybody can do that, which is why I never understood why there was always this like weird thing about like balance, because you can just make it whatever you need to make it for it to be fun.
Yeah, but
sometimes it's fun to have the scaling either too hard or sometimes easy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But you can do that for the sake of like fun.
But here's the thing, though. Part of the reason we didn't have like force and lightsabers is because none of the enemy forces we would ever go against would have any of that stuff either. So it would still level out.
I see.
Because that stuff, even within Star Wars, see when you watch the movies and stuff, that all that stuff is front and center because that's the main characters, that's the main all that shit. But in like the greater galaxy of Star Wars, lightsabers and force and all that shit is extremely rare. To begin with.
That kind of sounds cool too, from that like aspect of like what once was. Like, I do want to hear you said as a DM. You DM usually, you're Dungeon Master?
Yeah, more often than I've been a player.
You direct message?
Yes. I DM the Void and it responds with dope TTRPG ideas.
Banter with the Void?
Yeah, banter with the Void on the regular. But yeah, what was I going to say about that? I forgot.
Power scaling, I was like, oh, you can just make things too hard, too easy.
So, like, I've often found that while I was DMing, if I had a party that I underscaled or overscaled to fight for, that given, like, the stats that the game gives you to, change. Like, at the end of the day, it's like if a boss is too hard, just give it more HP. If it's too, or give it less HP. Yeah. If it's too easy, give it more HP. Or just adjust it mid fight, because the players aren't going to know any better. You know what I mean? And it's like you can fudge whatever the fuck you want as DM. You don't have to follow your own rules even. You just can literally just fudge everything and just make it like a compelling fight.
That pretty much is the way that our DM was doing the Star Wars one, because it would be like, okay, you shot a shot at this enemy and it happened to take out his fucking powered generator thing, right? Whatever, like shit. And then, he died and then reinforcements came through the door. Like, he would kind of make shit up on the spot. It wasn't just like point based, HP based.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like bullet sponge shit.
Yeah, it makes the game feel a lot less like mechanical, to allow stuff like that to happen.
But I personally, I like the mechanical aspect of it.
Yeah. Well, that's just you save that stuff for the nat 20s. That's when that stuff happens.
I'll do what you were saying about adjusting like a stat block, stuff like that. But I'll do that like all before and have it like, okay, predetermined. Like the goblins have pack tactics all of a sudden. It's like every hit's advantage. So they're like, oh shit, these goblins are kind of, ooh. You throw like 7 at them, they're like, oh, we got this. And all of a sudden, wait, that's a lot of dice you're rolling over there.
Yeah.
Or like playing enemies and NPCs actually smart has been like the most beneficial, like fun. My players have told me fun wise. doing things that like, oh shit, the goblins are spreading out. They're flanking. Oh, they're taking cover. They got half cover now. Like, oh, they're just getting like, we're just getting arrowed down. We can't just like go in there and start swinging. So they have to start thinking, you know? That's been something really cool. In terms of just like making things, you were saying almost not at random, but because having, obviously there's levels to it, right? There's like, okay, you encounter like some wolves or goblins, you know, usually for the most part they're not so much a threat, but they can be. So there's like that air of mystery, but it can go one of two ways. If the party's dumb, you know, just messing around, then it could go bad. For the most part, usually goes good. If they come into something like bigger, let's say like a hill giant or whatever, or like a frost giant, if we're getting a little crazy. Frost giant, and they're just like, again, they're like, oh, this is big and bad. They have to think about it. But if you're doing stuff at random, I feel it doesn't have weight to it.
Well, what do you mean, like at random? Like just making stuff up as you go, pretty much?
Yeah.
See, and like, it's not necessarily about making stuff up as you go. It's about, like, you can have a framework and have a universe, but it's just kind of like taking tactical advantage of the fact that your players don't know the precedent that the lore sets more than you do. And so you can adjust that precedent however makes the most sense for the specific needs of the party that you're playing with.
Yeah. But dropping hints along the way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Is there such thing as D&D within Elder Scrolls? Like using Elder Scrolls? Like using Elder Scrolls as the framework?
I'm pretty sure
for D&D?
there's mods, probably.
No, I don't mean the game, like playing the game.
Oh.
But I mean taking that universe.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Because I feel like I would adapt to that easier than regular
basically,
D&D.
yeah. There's like,
because I'm more familiar with it.
Tabaxis or Khajiit. Khajiit, that's how you say them, right?
True.
Khajiit,
yeah. Like, there's so much stuff that's like similar already that
yeah, because Skyrim is very residual of a lot of D&D stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of it is.
For sure.
So you'd probably be pretty familiar with a lot of it out the gate.
Yeah. You're learning
D&D
base.
was on hold. Pokemon started playing bass. Yes, I started learning bass. Super fun, super cool.
And you said you didn't say it now, but you said it to me earlier. You are in a band now.
Oh yeah, I'm in a band.
Can you plug that? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think so. I think band's called Second Body. It's like hardcore, so that's why everything's like drop D and stuff. It's pretty cool though. Alternative hardcore type.
How long have you been working on this?
I didn't make the band. I was asked.
No, I know.
Who's it with?
My really good friend Matt Meckel. He's a really cool like fashion designer. His stuff is Crore.
I was about to ask if that's the Crore guy. Okay.
But he's been doing music for so long, like his whole life. Yeah. Okay. He was in a band called A Fate Remembrance, which was like really big back in the day, apparently, or at least semi big around here. And he's in another band called Real Life Ghost. And he was starting a new project. He wanted to do like a heavier project. And he was doing that, and he asked me, he's like, hey, you should definitely learn the bass and be a part of this. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Bet.
So
huge.
I know. I can already tell with you two combined, all the album art is going to be crazy.
Oh yeah.
It's just going to go hard.
Just like concept stuff too. I'm really excited about.
That's going to be crazy.
I'm going to do like some writing for like lyrics and stuff.
Yes.
I was asked to like yell and scream on it. So
dope.
That'll be fun. So it's me, him, and our other friend Tyler, who's like a drummer, who's like played with Matt and the other band Real Life Ghost for a long time.
When did you start with the bass?
So I started, what are we in, September?
Yeah.
3 months ago. Yeah.
Have you felt good about like your progress so far? Have you had any like stumbling blocks or?
I mean, yeah, it's hard, obviously, but I practice like 2 hours a day. So every day, 2 hours a day, no matter what, at night, Like it'll be 1 a.m. and I'll plug my shit in and I can practice.
Your parents get pissed off about the noise?
No, they're actually, my dad's super supportive of it.
Okay, that's
like he was really hyped when I told him I was getting a bass.
That's cool.
Because he did music his whole life growing up. He was a drummer.
Awesome.
Nice.
And he played like fucking really cool, just like jam bands and like heavy shit. And yeah, he put me onto a lot of music.
You should
cool.
come out to open mic.
You should.
Dude, I mean, if it's hopefully it's in the cars. Hopefully we get something on that. Like, and that's why I was asking you that audio question earlier, or both of you, for like interfaces and stuff, just so I can get myself down. But yeah.
Do you have a mic already for vocals?
I did, but I think I need to get a better one. I had like a Blue Yeti.
Oh, yeah, you
So,
definitely want to upgrade from
yeah,
that.
I need something actually.
You definitely want to upgrade from that.
Yeah. For sure. But again,
2020?
What?
AT2020?
Honestly, yeah.
A good
That would be
budget
mine.
starter?
Yeah, or the 78.
everything recording wise
that's
like that
78.
though, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hold off until we like get together more and like fucking actually get shit together.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah, isn't that what the condenser mics are called? The SM78s? Those, or the SM...
58? These?
58.
58. It's a 58, yeah.
Gotcha. Word.
Yeah, I'm not sure for like screaming and like that kind of stuff.
Isn't that what those mics are made for?
I was gonna say
vocals?
the condenser might not be so good for that. I'm not sure. The dynamic, these would probably be better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'll let Matt figure it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
He probably already has all that, honestly. He has a bunch of stuff. He's been doing it like since he's 13.
Forever. Yeah, I didn't even know what he's doing.
yeah. What else is new?
So that music I've been doing just like a lot of commission work, working out. Oh, August 1st was a 1 year consistently in the gym. That was pretty cool. Pretty
Awesome.
big.
Oh, yeah. Huge.
So that's been really
Getting
fun.
gains.
Yeah.
Big gains.
Helping a lot of friends in the gym too, actually.
That's good.
That's been kind of cool.
Where do you go to the gym?
I go at the Civic Center off US 1 Walton Road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
They have a really nice gym. It's small, and the people there are like super cool.
Word.
Like in
Yeah,
terms of like, there's a bunch of like bros that go there, and they're just like super supportive, super cool. Like anyone there will spot you. Like everyone's real chill. I got a
Sick.
powerlifting room, which is
Nice.
super sick. Like everything's like Rogue Fitness like in there, so that's super fun. One of the instructors there wanted to run or is like setting stuff to like organize a powerlifting team, and they were asking me about like just gauging like, oh, would you want to do this, blah blah blah. So like competing powerlifting for the city might be cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, lifting's really cool. Helping friends getting to fitness and just like do it with them and show them like, oh, like just showing them things. I'm no means a trainer, but like just like helping them, you know, just like pushing them. It's like, you got this, you know, hyping them up, you know,
Yeah.
being in their
Right.
corner.
Not really a trainer, but a coach.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Just being in their corner,
Yeah.
just like showing them. And a lot of them have really like stuck with it, which feels good because they've like changed a lot.
What have you like since in that year straight of going to the gym? Have you like learned anything about yourself? Like, have you like have any like revelations through that process? Any interesting experiences that you would not have had otherwise?
I've learned like discipline, like
Okay.
being more disciplined in terms of, you know, like being conscious of what you eat, being disciplined in terms of, you know, this is something that you have to work hard for.
Yeah.
People say like, you know, a physique is something that I don't just work out for aesthetics. I do a lot of strength training and stuff like that. Aesthetics are a side of it. I mean, I'm nowhere near like, you know, big, but I've learned that it's something you can't take away it from someone, you know?
Yeah.
Like you've earned the muscle, you've put in the time, the sweat, like the blood, like you've literally grinded, like, so that's pretty sick.
Especially when you put all that effort in and you actually start to feel and see results.
Yeah.
It's really like, it takes time, but it's really reassuring.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, it's like fucking 80% diet. Like training is like, You can train all you want, but if you're not eating, like if your macros ain't right, if you ain't eating enough protein, like clean, good protein, like you ain't gonna get big. You can get strong, but like diet's super important.
Well, do you want to be jacked or do you just want to be healthy? What's your goal? Do you have one really?
Well, I used to be on high blood pressure medicine like my whole life, and like I'm off it for a year now.
That's fucking cool.
So that's huge.
That's nice.
So my heart's better, it's healthier. So that's one of the reasons I started going to the gym. But now it's just like seeing that you can actually sculpt your body and like from working out a certain way, or at least, I can, or most people can. No, most people can. You fucking put in the work. You can change.
That's rule of thumb. If you put in the work, you definitely can.
100% can change. It's just cool. It's like, oh, dude, I can get like fucking massive forearms, or I can fucking. And it's hard. Like the meme is like, calves are really hard to add mass to. I've been blessed with calf genetics, allegedly. People have said.
You know what, calves? You got full bowls down there.
Bruh,
You got the cantaloupes.
Crazy.
Boy, got the melons down there.
But yeah, working out's been super fun. Helping other people like into fitness has been super fun.
It's good. It's good to hear.
Commissions, shirts, future drops, stuff like that. It's all just working on getting shit right, organized.
What you're saying drops as a for
so
is it for clothing?
So
stuff?
it's not. I guess it is behind the scenes. So like stuff I can talk about it. So people, I like make designs, I make art, I make all sorts of stuff, and I'll just post it on my story a lot. I don't even like really post that much. And people like DM me like, yo, like when is this coming out? Like, can I buy this? And so I literally just sell stuff that way. So it's kind of like behind the scenes drops, which isn't really good for like the business aspect of art. It's just people, I make something, people hit me up and they're just like, oh, I want this. And I'm just
but you're still making profit from it though. Like people are consistently
for sure
hitting you up. That's
whether
good.
it's like one of ones or where it's like doing like shirts like this or but I definitely do need to do a certified drop.
When you say that, are you talking about like seasonally, or are you talking about like
no, like something where it's just like, hey, there's 20 of these shirts that I've made, like
gotcha. Okay,
it's coming out like 5 in each, like 5XL, 5 large, whatever, like that, and then just like dropping it and then letting people buy it.
I see what you're saying.
Realistically, I have 6 different T-shirt designs that I've like sold, just to people who have like DM'd me. Again, I haven't like dropped them. This is probably the next design I'll drop.
Must be getting that exclusive look on the podcast.
Yeah, this unfamiliar feeling. And it's cool because feeling's upside down. So when you're laying on the bench, like if you have a spotter, they can see feeling, and they're just like, "Oh, what the fuck?" But the back's the main point. The back's like the actual.
Can I see the
piece.
back real quick?
Yeah.
I think I've seen this one on your story.
That's cool.
But yeah, just like making stuff that I think's cool at this point, and just putting it out, and other people are like, "Yo, that's actually."
So you do eventually have plans to like do more regular occurrence, like drops.
Yeah. Like in December, there will be like everything's in motion. I'm just waiting to like post about it, hype it up, and then drop it. Like December, there will be another official drop.
My original question was going to be, how far in advance do you have like artwork made and ready to go for stuff like that?
Oh, I make shit every day. That's the problem. Right, I'll make shit and then I'll be like, nah, this looks better. And then it's like, oh, no, this looks better.
How do you like, what's your standard for if you actually use something for a product versus you just made it just to have it or whatever? Like, do you have like a criteria in your head of like, I want to use this for something versus I just made this just because?
So the first shirt I put out was like this clown T-shirt that I really liked. It was the drop was called Funny Joke, and it came up with like a bunch of stuff. That sold really well.
I just realized I'm technically wearing one of your designs.
Technically, yeah. I was looking at it. I was like, for a while, like before the pod, I was staring at it. I was like, oh, did the screen print it? It looks a little faded. It could just be wear.
This shirt is definitely.
Yeah,
worn.
I should have done the lines, like
This shirt in particular is
thicker.
Is
I'm just
worn
like
pretty
judging,
bad.
not judging the logo, but judging from like what I've done on it.
Looks good to me.
I think it looks awesome.
Fucking chest bump.
And
I think
the
this-
mild fade kind of gives it that vintage
that's
feel.
definitely cool.
Yeah.
I like when shit's like faded.
The thing with this shirt,
I like
when
distressed. I've been doing that. to
when I
clothes
first
lately.
got it, it looked great when I first wore it. Then I washed it once, and a bunch of the black like came out and like almost like stained it to make it look like it was like dirty in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it, but like the black like bled out unevenly. And
it's probably the ink they used.
And then after a couple more washes, that went away, and now it looks the way it does.
Was it super thick ink to begin with? Was it?
It was darker, yeah, definitely.
It could have been either plastisol. That's what a lot of screen printing people do, which is like a thicker, almost plasticky type, or they do like the speedball ink, or just it depends. If it was like done through a company, or if it was done like local. I usually do. Well, you can't see it, but like the shorts I have on. These is just like speedball ink. I mean, should I stand up and show the shorts?
Yeah, I kind of see it. The camera.
Kind of
A little bit.
But these are actually when I went to Tampa with my friends, we screen printed a bunch of clothing, and this is my friend Matic Gunn, I'll name drop his stuff. So that was super cool. And we do like all my friends do trades.
I love that. Fun. I love that every time I see you, you're wearing stuff that you or your friends made.
That's literally all the stuff I own.
I love that.
Is like that now. Just because
That's how I'd love to be.
That's awesome to be able to say that too. Like if you meet somebody in the street, they're like, "Oh, it's a cool shirt. Where'd you get it?" Like, I made it.
Dude, I've been to bars so often, and like back in the day when I used to go out to bars a lot, and I would just be wearing something, and people would be like, "What is that?" Like drunk people would be like, "That's crazy. What is that?" And it's like, "Yeah," and then my friend would be like, "Oh, he made that," and I'm just like.
Here we go.
Shut the fuck up.
Here we go with this conversation.
Because in that
You're
type,
an artist.
it usually goes. No, I mean, I should be like, I don't know. I feel two different ways about it. Usually, it's you meet cool people and they're like actually cool, and like you can talk about it, you can show them stuff, have a good conversation, and in those scenarios, then it's either drunk people like, oh, like. I'm trying to buy something right now. Like, oh, let me get something. Like that.
You got something. You got stuff in your trunk.
Like, oh, I got or that, or like, oh, like I'm trying to do. You're making clothes. Like, we need to link up. It's a lot of we need to link up. I'm trying to drop. Blah blah blah.
That
blah,
would
blah.
be a pretty interesting drop situation if you just had like 3 to 5 shirts in your trunk exclusively for people who come up to you and ask you about your clothes.
I've had friends done that, and literally they've like sold all their shit. Just because, like, they just pull up.
Here's a one of one that I just happen to have.
Yeah.
And tell them it's like, it's just for people who actually, like, come up and ask about the clothes. Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's a real thing. I'd be hype. I'd buy it.
It's pretty cool.
I'm definitely going to start doing some crazy shit with clothing. Like, just real, like, one of one, like, over printed experimental shit. I'm getting a airbrush gun soon. So I definitely want to do some, like, airbrush screen printed sewed like just crazy shit just for like 101 just for like selling those or just like giving to people. Honestly, I'm at the point where like I just make shit and give it to people.
Have you ever thought of like having like a little pop-up like shop somewhere? Well, like a
I pop out with like a table,
with a tent and a table, just making a bunch of shit just to sell it at a festival or something.
No, for sure. I've done that with friends. There was what is it in Fort Pierce? Every like the art walk or whatever. Mm-hmm. I've done that with my friend with Crore, and we were selling stuff at his booth.
That's cool.
And that went really good.
Yeah,
I honestly just like putting stuff out there and then have people. It's definitely not the way to like get more traction. It's just like making stuff and like people reach me instead of like trying to like target audience people. But hopefully,
I don't know, because like people that are reaching out to you. They are revealing themselves to be your target audience in a sense. Yeah. So you can market to those people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mailing list, baby.
Yeah.
Get those emails.
Yeah. Honestly, and I have a website at this point, but I don't even know if I want to use it anymore.
Why not?
Just because, like, I don't know, pay for the domain, pay for fucking...
The internet's the way to do it, man.
Yeah.
And you have your own website.
Yeah.
Having your own website right now is huge, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's going
Well,
to
it's
be
not even,
huge.
it's like a big cartel. It's like, the big cartel shop.
Yeah, but still,
So it's
having
like
your own
it's still your own.
space.
Yeah. That's what I sold all my zines through.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's big.
Oh, been working on new
I
stuff
was just
like
about
that.
to say, I was going to ask
Yeah.
about that. That was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Where's the hardcover, bro?
So,
Or the
okay.
hardcover
Ooh,
collection.
hardcovers.
The hardcover collection, I honestly... So
Been a year, Malice.
I know. Me and my friends have figured out how to do what's called perfect binding, which is like the actual book binding, like to do it ourselves. Because everything else was just, without doing it yourself, everything else is too outrageous. And I didn't want to have it like spiral bound, like, like a yearbook. I mean, I was looking at, Japanese, there's different type of bindings where they do with like a string, which was actually it looked pretty fucking sick. And I was like, yo, but I wanted something that lasts.
You're right.
So, hardcover, Hate in My Hands. I don't know. That's on, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna lie. Back burner. I've been working on Blood in My Ink.
Okay.
I need the rest of the Hate in My Hands series
Bro.
because I only have the one that you gave me.
Blood in My Ink is gonna be fucking
I am slacking.
fucking
I need that too.
nuts.
Me too.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah, I remember you showed me like a couple of
doing
stills from that, and that looked fire.
doing fucking tasteful, like, not just gore, but like tasteful, just like stuff. It's gonna be a one-off, first of all. 60 pages. It's a one-off, and it's gonna be the size. It's like a magazine size.
Nice.
Okay.
So it's like it's
Word.
big. But
These are the kind of things you got to sell on the site, dude.
Nice.
no, yeah, this will be definitely. Hopefully, I get this done by the end of the year. So a lot of my energy has been put into that. I'm really excited about that though, and because originally it was supposed to be, Hate in My Hands, Blood in My Ink was supposed to be a thing together, but I separated it because it just turned into two different ideas, two different whatever. Hate in My Hands, like zine style, like thing was just because zines are sick, they're cool, hella DIY, and you can do anything in them. Technically, you can do anything with anything, but
Oh yeah. And there's such like a nice like little thing in my book collection of just like the different colors that you have for the forum.
There was supposed to be
It's like
two more originally. It was supposed to be a total of 6. It was the next 2 colors were gonna be mint green and then red. And after doing the 4th one, the baby blue, I was like, yo, I really want to do 2 more. But I've already said that the last one was the last one. So I'm gonna stick by my word. I'm gonna stick by my
mint
word.
green and just red for the
Unless
last
I
one.
do
That would've been so fire.
Hate in My Hands, the extended cut, or everything that didn't make it, because that
would be cool,
There was a
actually.
lot of stuff
Hate in my toes.
Director's cut.
Bro, there was a lot of stuff that I just didn't put in just because I made it and I
Cutting
thought,
room floor.
Yeah.
yeah, I just thought
You could do a
it
single
was too.
extra edition like that just has all the
I
extra
could,
shit.
yeah.
It was just hate on the floor.
Hate on the
Yeah,
floor.
Hate on the floor. The leftovers.
Leftovers.
Or I hate leftovers.
These-
Yeah,
I
I
just
hate
like-
leftovers. That's
But,
actually kind of hard.
There's a different IP that I've been working on.
Oh,
Or IP? Yeah, well, yeah, I guess call it that. That I really want to that I'm like. It's my alt account. I have an alt account.
oh, I didn't even know this.
Yeah,
Deep Malice lore incoming.
it's called Heaven's Pond,
Okay.
and it's yeah, it's fucking sick.
Shout out to Heaven's
I'm
Pond.
really hyped about it. It's it's more of that artwork.
The stickers.
The face, the face, like that
Can you
stuff.
show it to the camera?
Yeah, or I can. I don't want to pull my phone out and show it to the camera. Or actually, can I do that? Can I show something?
Yeah.
I'll show it to.
Is that a good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so I won't. I'll let you see it, and you can tell me if it's acceptable or if it needs to be blurred.
Gotcha.
I mean, I could just blur it and post to show it.
Oh, okay. Bet. So there's a lot of stuff like this.
Bring it up closer to the camera. There you go. That's pretty
So
cool.
what
So
necessarily
real,
separates this
fucking-
from?
Oh, the first post was just a test post, the actual color shit.
Right. But stylistically, what separates the Heaven's Pond project from your other work?
So Heaven's Pond is going to be like actual, like, oh, here's some more stuff. I don't know if I showed you these, but. So Heaven's Pond is more of, I would say, I don't want to just like drop bands like left and right. Well, no, you've seen like fucking, what would be, so like Cannibal Corpse art, where it's just kind of like real hardcore punk, like old gore shit like that, like fucking nail bomb type shit.
Album,
yeah,
Dark Hearts.
Just like fucking. I just want to go kind of like nutty with it, and like gore for the sake of just like hardcore shit is like can be kind of lame, but I want it to have like an actual message with it, or it doesn't even have to be gore per se. Like I have the one thing where it's like a Xerox art where it's like a soldier on a battlefield with like a crazy like Bible quote, which is like really sick too.
I just read that one.
Yeah.
That was on there. That's really cool.
There'll definitely be a lot of like biblical stuff where there's like angels or like.
Is that why Heaven's Pond?
Yeah. Heaven's Pond is supposed to be Earth.
Okay.
So it's like, what's this little speck?
You're kind of creating your own little like universe, your own little lore. Need the Malice mythology.
There was that. I wrote a comic book too.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. But that was, I don't know.
Wrote, as in like you don't have it like boarded out yet or drawn, or did you actually storyboard and draw it out? Or
I did. I started storyboarding it. So this is something that I started in college. When we met during student success or whatever.
Throwback.
Yeah.
What was the teacher's name again?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
She was such a bitch.
Dude, I had so much fun trolling that class.
Me too.
Do you remember
I do.
senior presentation or like the final presentation?
wait, you two were in the same class?
Yeah.
No shit.
That's how we met.
In college, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
I was in dual enrollment, so I was doing college and high school at the same
and
time.
I just started college.
That was his
Word.
first class, and that was also my first class. And we
Got you.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy how small PSL is.
literally, so the final we had to do like a presentation, and I pre-recorded all of my voice, and for the presentation I just like hit it and stood there and didn't say a word, and she was just looked at me like, I guess you can do that, and I was like, and time, like the time requirement was met, everything was like synced so perfectly where she couldn't say shit, and yeah. It was really funny.
I do remember us definitely. I'm sorry, not to sidetrack, but I definitely remember having a lot of fun. Like just you and I, because it was like regular tables where it's like a table like this long with two people at it.
Yeah.
And I was here, and he was like at a different table, but like over here, right next to me. So we would just like be shooting the shit, making jokes to each other about whatever's going on. The fucking professor would get pissed off about, not even pissed off, but you could tell she was like visually annoyed about us, like mostly you trolling her, and mostly me just like laughing at it.
Well, because the class is bullshit, and I kept pointing that out. They make you take like a fucking how to study. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I get it's a community college, but it's
the class
like,
is basically how to college.
Yeah, and it was stuff like
Some people really need something like that, though. To be fair.
I guess.
I feel like we didn't need that.
Well, I don't know. I feel like you should be able to opt out.
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
but.
Opt out of the tutorial.
I understand why now.
Yeah, exactly. It's the tutorial.
Literally, that's what it felt like.
Yeah.
And I was like, is no one else like?
Bro, I know jump is A. Jump is A.
Like
jump is
that's
A.
what it was like. I was like,
yeah.
what is going on here? Like, and people, I do remember people were just like, yeah, I don't know, man. This reading thing, it's not working out.
What?
It's like, bro, what? Like,
I remember when we were in the like computer lab area, and people had so many issues,
dude. It was
like navigating stuff.
I had a Marvel, not Marvel vs. Capcom. What was it? I brought a flash drive with Capcom versus NSK and would plug it into the computer. I don't know if I did that when you were there.
I don't remember that.
It was like a meme, but basically the whole game. I'd sit there in the computer lab and I was like, yeah, fuck you. And people would look over and be like, what the fuck's going on? And I was just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. Fucking, shit was easy. But, I started writing this like comic book then. And, just never. I got like 400, like 300 pages deep, and then I just like stopped.
How many pages?
Like 300 pages.
God.
And I had like lore.
That's not a comic book. That's a graphic novel, my guy.
I mean, I don't know. It was cool. It was 2 different ones.
Did you
actually.
finish it?
It got to a point where it stopped, like a stopping point.
Like a publishable.
So
like,
an ending,
we'll see it.
an ending, basically.
Yeah.
We'll see it in the store at some point
It
soon?
didn't. No, definitely not.
No.
No.
Damn.
It definitely had a.
This is one of those older things that you wouldn't want to
Yeah.
like represent your current work type situation.
Yeah, there was one that was really fucking cool.
Do you feel like it's reworkable to
There-
like, fit into current?
Not the original one, but the second part, which was a different universe, was like really fucking cool. It's about these 2 guys named Lord Farknar and Staz.
Those are sick names.
And like literally they were just like aliens on a planet that was like overrun by like aliens, or like xenomorphs essentially. And they were just like survivors, and they like found like these special like gems essentially that were like pieces of reality, and they were just fucking OP as shit. Like the one guy, like the main guy, Farknar, was this giant like Hellboy looking tank, and his thing was basically he would portal guns in from different dimensions, so but it only had one clip. So that was the thing where you wouldn't know like what the fuck is. He would just like something would just like fucking spawn in his hand, and he'd just be like pointing. Like at one point it was like an invisible gun, and he's like bang bang. Other times it was like an M60. Other times it was like a fucking BFG type. So it'd be like just crazy shit like that.
So you could cross over shit from other stuff into it.
Yeah, and it
That's pretty
was
sick. And
me
it
and
was
my
just like
friend.
random.
The guns were, and that was a way to get around drawing the same gun over and over and over again. It could literally be
Right.
anything. And it was me and my best friend Matt at Gun, also named Chris. We were gonna start like making this, and I just like was throwing ideas out and started writing for it, and then we kind of dropped it. But
Y'all gonna bring that back?
it was a really cool idea.
We should bring it back.
It was just fucking.
I hate to tell an artist what to do. But
It was
we
like
should
some
bring that shit
sick
back.
ass like hood aliens.
Hood aliens.
Yeah, that's what they were. They were fucking gangster. Like it was.
Definitely bring it back.
Yo.
They were
Revival.
They had the shiesty on and everything. Yeah, like
That's cool as fuck.
before it was like big, like mainstream.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe make it Patreon only content.
maybe. I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
Do you have a
I'd
Patreon?
pay Patreon
No,
for
no, dude.
You should.
that. Why not?
I just
That'd
want
be
to
awesome.
do.
You make enough art.
I do
real.
make dude. Compared the art that I don't
pay
even
for it, my guy.
show art
Get your
anymore.
bag.
Like compared to the art that I don't show and the art that I occasionally post, it's like insurmountable.
But that's why I think you
Like
should do a
you guys
Patreon
saw
or
how much
something.
art I made on
Right.
like
Yeah.
and when I was in the Discord, like I would every single day it'd be like multiple shit, multiple pieces, multiple designs, to the point where I got annoyed with all the other people who had artists in their bio. And I was like, yo, where's your stuff? No one else is putting out stuff. Like I literally I messaged you and I was like, how do I tag these people? I was like,
Yeah.
So we can talk shit about Discord because it's kind of not really our thing anymore.
Yeah.
no.
So we can.
I never
ripping shit the academy.
dude, I never do Discord to begin with, really. Like I don't even really know how to use it. But
It's kind of whatever it want. Like the person who owns the server wants it to be. It's very.
I heard it's useful for video games though.
It is very useful. It's very useful
Like
for a lot of
for
things. 'cause
D&D
you can,
too.
It's very
I
useful
think
for a lot of
people use it.
anything community driven.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you can like
That's kinda cool,
It
I
has
guess.
a huge amount of customizability to it. So you
It's
can
like a
format
social media-
whatever to whatever you need it to
It's
be.
like a
take
social
my hat
media that you can gatekeep who's in it.
Yeah.
Basically,
Gatekeep.
which
girl
can be
boss?
yes, which can be very useful for like.
I'm sweaty. I know.
Me too.
I'm bald.
Me too.
We should turn the AC on.
Bro,
Fuck
if you're
it.
yeah.
bald, if you're bald, I don't know if it's just me, it adds like plus 10 to the sweat stat.
Plus
like,
10 sweat.
Literally, I'll be in the gym and like my shit, like I have to bring a hat or like a hoodie because like I don't want to.
What if you put like antiperspirant on your head? You think that would work?
That probably isn't good for your skin.
Probably not.
Antiperspirant isn't good for your skin.
I've been using it recently on my pits because I sweat.
Yeah, I mean I do
profusely.
too, but like I heard lemons is actually really good.
Really?
The natural, yeah.
I just
haven't
need
gone that
something.
far,
I need
but-
something that like, because I heard somebody say that like, not that I would do this, but I've heard somebody say that like Botox for like
Okay.
tightening your skin
Okay.
actually blocks pores, so you
Okay.
can't sweat through them.
Kinda weird,
I
but-
need something like that for my pits and my face because I sweat way too like an unreasonable amount.
I really don't sweat from my arms, like
I do.
pit wise. It's just my head.
I haven't.
But something else maybe I'll drop. I wrote a short, like to be not animated, but to be like a live action thing,
Okay.
like a horror thing.
Ooh.
So I need to figure out who I need to talk to, or I have pretty much it written out.
Is it the
and
type of thing that would
scoped out.
require a lot of effects, like practical effects,
Uh,
or is it pretty like
not really.
doable on a low budget?
Probably doable on low budget. A lot of in my mind, it's like the effects, quote unquote, are hand drawn and just like
Okay.
what is it, like screened or multiplied, layered on stuff. That, and I really want to make a clothing trailer, like a trailer for a clothing drop that I have an idea for, that I've bought this
Let's
stuff
talk
to do.
after the podcast.
Okay.
Mm.
Maybe for this stuff that I want to drop in December, or I'll probably just drop one design, one or two designs, at least two. Just so.
So when you
people
say a
have an
trailer,
option.
like what you want to show off, like the artwork of it with like
well, that
someone
will be in
modeling
it. That'll be in
and
it.
like what do you envision for a trailer for clothing?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
It's not like a lookbook or anything like that. Those are cool, where it's like, people modeling, showing out, stuff like that. But
Is it more of a trailer for like the vibe?
yeah,
Trying to
I had an idea for an actual like trailer.
yeah.
That I still think could be really cool. Maybe counterculture, like poser type. Not really poser because I go to these things, but I thought like of a trailer. I'll just fucking say it.
We don't have to if you don't want to.
Well,
We can talk about it after.
yeah, we can whatever. But talking like poser type shit. I really wanted to make crust pants, but apparently, like, if you don't listen to all of the punk bands, then you're a poser. And
What is crust pants? I don't know what that means.
So it's pants. So patch pants are different than crust pants. Crust pants are handmade DIY pants that are like patched everywhere with like punk bands and some other stuff. But I really wanted to make essentially patch pants are different. It's just like random stuff that's not punk bands or whatever. Because, dude, I screen print. I have so many like designs that I've screen printed and stuff that I can literally like fill pants that I've cut out and like you sew. You can use a couple different things. You can use a dental floss is really popular for it because it's
Really?
super durable. Yeah, and like I guess the thing is you don't wash them. Apparently the pants. So people are like washing my crust pants for the first time in 10 years. And the water is like fucking nasty. I don't know.
Shits are definitely
I don't know.
crust.
I ain't about. I mean, I wash my
Def-
shit. I don't know about that.
Definitely a lot of crust in the crust pants.
But I wanted to make stuff like that. Not only because it looked cool, just because I don't like to throw away shit. In terms of like, if I have all this stuff made, I will
You do something with it.
Yeah, I'll figure a purpose. I'll make a bag. I'll use it to sew hats. Like I'll do stuff like that. And that's usually the shit that I give away.
Gotcha.
Because it's just like, here, I made this, and maybe it's bad now that I think about it. Because I'm not pawning it off. Maybe seems like I'm pawning it off of people. Like I made this here, take it. Usually I just give it to people, or like when they order something, I'll throw it into.
That's a good way to do it.
They're usually really like appreciative. Like this is
That's
so
I like
sick.
that.
That's always my favorite thing from those types of things. Like with the few times that I've gotten, bro, even just like when I got the fourth Hand in My Hands, and you sent like one of those like little heat stickers, the Tempest stickers. I was like, oh my god, because I had just run out of those.
They're fun.
Like,
Those
yeah,
are,
like,
dude. I can make. See, those are really fun because I can make an unlimited amount, literally an unlimited amount, and they're super easy to make and they're quick. But I just don't like the fact that. I guess there's something poetic about they're just disposable because that's what they are.
And they fade.
They fade
over time. Yeah.
They do.
Which again,
things aren't meant to last.
poetic. Yeah.
Same with this. Same with the Goda sticker.
Yeah.
It's like really detailed and it's made of wood.
Yeah.
But if you rub it, like the one I gave him that he had on his phone.
Yeah.
After a while, it fades away.
Yeah, that's sick. I do need to make you stickers. I was just thinking about.
I want to collaborate with you.
And I was just like, that'd be cool.
I would like to collab with you.
I'd be making shit, just funny shit for work. Like, and I'll just like throw it in my supervisor's office. Like,
You just make a flyer.
yeah, just
for
like
the,
it's like this because my supervisor fishes. He's a big big into fishing, and I made like this dumbass looking clownfish where he's just like, you forgot your car battery because he's in the ocean, and like. He'll just be like, dude, this is so funny. I walked in on Monday and I saw that in my office and I was dying. And I was like, hell yeah.
That's awesome.
I'll just be doing dumb shit like that.
yeah, that's one way to sharpen the knife.
But
that's why I enjoy, multiple reasons is why I enjoy like this thing of commissioning you for Ghost in the Aux.
I appreciate the commissions. Like, anytime I get stuff,
it's like your style fits with my vision of like the stuff that fits with my branding too.
Yeah.
It's different, but it still fits within it in a way. So like number one, making it like an annual, like a recurring thing.
Yeah.
I think is fun.
It's cool too, cause it's the same size.
Yeah.
So
having it consistent, cause like eventually after 10 years or whatever, I'll have just a wall of a bunch of your pieces and that'd be fucking sick.
And that's really
have
cool.
my own custom collection.
And I started thinking about that too. I was like, what if I make them interconnect over the years? So like it's one big piece. But then I was just like, maybe not. Maybe it's cool just to have like its individual thing and not like be a giant type thing.
Well, it could be like it's each its own individual thing, but with like elements that kind of blend the two together.
Yeah.
You know
or a
what I mean?
theme that continues between them somehow, or I don't know.
like a line that just goes between all of them.
So I thought. So my first idea was like my I don't know if you remember my packaging, my thank you logo, where it's like the silhouette of like a paper person, but he's like all jagged and stuff. Doing that and having just little bits on all of them, so when you put it together, it's a giant one. So when I thought it was the first thing I thought, I was like, oh, that could be cool. But that's like thinking so far ahead in the future where it's just like I won't be around by then. So it's just like you never know. God willing.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
Knock on wood.
Dude, I heard that started for like people back in like the not the Salem witch days, but like New America essentially. They would knock on wood, they would knock on trees because that's where like spirits or witches were, and it was essentially like knocking on the door of the devil.
Hello.
Like, type deal. And I was like, that's kind of, I don't know how that like came to like a modern day thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
There's a lot of modern shit that we've carried over.
The lore. Old America lore.
There's a lot of old America lore that we still like practice, like saying bless you when someone sneezes.
Capitalism.
Shibboleths. Yes.
Not to get political or anything, but
not to get it political, but the fuck is oatmeal?
The great American
not
shibboleth of the eggs and bacon breakfast.
Should have bought a house in 2008, kid.
Oh gosh.
It's fucking it's real, bro.
2008 is coming right up, bro.
Ah, dude.
We're about to have another crash like, within the next like couple of years.
DLC.
What's happening?
On jaw? For real?
On jaw. For real.
Just like that?
Yeah. on Muhammad, on Yahweh, on
Bruh.
Zoroaster, on fucking all them gods.
The Anunnaki?
On Thoth.
On Xenu?
On Xenu.
Yeah. Just making shit. Really fun. I mean, I'm just always making stuff. Music is a fun avenue now. It's a different expression. Which is cool. I've always liked music.
You were on this list that I have, this mental list that I have of people that
Move the mic closer.
very much deserve the success that you're eventually going to
hopefully
like, reach.
Maybe
like the status that there's a few people talked about with Trey before.
Yeah.
I've pointed out certain people that we
appreciate
know
that.
have like of all people that deserve the success and shit that they're striving for. that person's one of them.
I mean,
you were on that list.
Yeah, you basically set yourself up for inevitable success if you keep it going. It may take a while, but like the combination of the quality of the art, the fact that there's so much of it, and the fact that you steadily like are improving and developing your fan
Always.
base.
I mean,
stuff
art's
like,
like
that, always,
an oversaturated market to begin with. Most artists die in obscurity.
Yeah, but most
So,
artists
like,
also give up.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
And a lot
Like,
of
if
artists-
you're-
Oh, no,
that's
I
what I'm saying.
mean-
Like the fact that you are so consistent,
Yeah.
And a
like
lot of
regular
artists-
with your posting, and it's all new stuff.
It is oversaturated.
but I don't post.
It
Last
is
time I posted
oversaturated,
was,
but a
like,
lot
3
of that
months
shit-
ago.
Post enough to maintain my interest.
Wow.
But
It is oversaturated, but
Yeah.
just like with other entertainment and everything, a lot of it is garbage,
Yeah,
and your shit stands out as very good quality
I appreciate that.
see, I guess what it is that like
and unique style.
yeah, I guess what it is that I wouldn't assume that you make like 8 of those pieces a day, as a layman,
Of
as
what?
far as like that particular art piece is concerned. Like any of your paintings that you post or your drawings that you
Oh,
post
yeah.
on.
And for that,
Yeah, because I would think that those are things that you like.
That's another thing I started just giving away. In orders, I literally just tear a page out of my sketchbook and like sign it and just throw it in with the order.
we'll see that, like what you're
That's fine.
saying,
Just to, like-
to wrap around to what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Patreon, that's what it would be useful for stuff that you don't know what to do with, that's have extra. Like just have
Make some money
Patreon.
on it.
People can pay to follow you. Number one, it's just a way to support you
Yeah.
if they like your stuff. Number two, they have exclusive access to just like shit that you have that you might not care that much about, but somebody else might love, and they were like, I want that thing.
I was thinking about throwing it in like a zine or a book or something, just like shit I've made or shit I've done or I don't know. I definitely want to get Blood in My Ink done. Just fucking be done with it.
How long do you think that'll take? Or no?
I hope by the end of the year. I hope. Again, 60 pages. You have to think a page front and back.
How many
So-
how many copies do you plan on printing?
Maybe 20. Maybe.
Get me on that list, bro.
Me too.
Maybe.
Give me a.
I need copy number
It's just
1.
like, man, it's just like a grind. But I do plan on making them one of one in terms of the covers I have done are going to be like custom, like drawn on and like.
That's even more
So
epic.
it's
now I gotta buy a bunch of
so
them.
it's like
Gotta buy
See,
20
that's
of
another
them.
thing about your art and your style is how unique everything is. Is that you can't just there isn't just 1,000 of 100,000 of exact copies of everything you make. I like that you have like very individualized pieces. Like the exception, I guess, being like stickers and shirts.
Yeah.
But everything else you make seems to be like 1 of 1, 1 of 5, 1 of 20. You know, like that kind of thing. I love that.
I do too. I do kind of. Okay, so basically, it was a long time ago. I don't know if you were at one of the kava bars, but I made a bunch of these like business cards that were like literally like I made 30 of them, and I was just at a show. I think it was Iran's first show. Iran in Jersey, the
Hobby Wrappers?
yeah, Hobby Rapper show. And I just was giving out little cards, and they said I was like this stained glass angel on like cardstock, and it said you are valued, you are loved, and on the back was like this face and like a QR code to my Instagram. And that meant like a lot to some people apparently, and they've lost those over the years. And I've had people like message, and one person got my number from someone and was just like, hey, I know this is really random, but like this meant a lot to me. Can I please like have another one? And I was just like, I'm sorry, but I only made like 30 of them. I can't help you. I don't even have like the files to do it again.
Damn.
And they were just like, my house was in like a fire. I think it was like a fire. Like they had a water leak. It was something where it was just like they lost it, and they were just like, I stared at it every day, type deal.
Wow.
And I was just like, so I kind of felt bad. But
I guess that is technically the one downside of
There's
the.
nothing to feel bad about, bro. You as an artist to have for a piece of yours to have impacted somebody like that.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
It's
you
huge.
did it, bro. You won the game, basically. Now it's just a matter of making money off of it.
but those membership cards,
Yeah. Membership cards go dummy.
those were so
I love
fucking
that
so
shit.
those. And you don't understand. I wanted to go. I literally had my friends stopped
Devin,
me
Cage of
because There was 1 out of 100. There's a 1 out of 100, but I'm gonna let you guys know right now. Only 20 of them were made. Because I planned.
The 100 is a lie then.
Yeah, I planned on making.
That's one of the ones you gave
every
me
single
too,
one
right?
different.
The
Like 100 different designs. That was my initial plan, and I had like 20 of them done. And I was just like, every single person is going to get an individualized card character based on like if I know them or not, or if
Oh, that's cool.
And I was just like, this. My friends were like, this is way too much. Make 4 designs and like. Because that would have literally have taken me like a year.
But that's all the way too much, dude. That's the shit though, bro.
Defeatist.
That kind of project is the shit that puts people on the map.
Yeah.
That Beeple thing was a project that he worked on over the course of fucking years and sold for like $1 billion worth of fucking crypto.
Yeah.
Like,
Beeple's a thing.
yeah.
Unironically, if there's anyone who should make NFTs, it'd be you.
Yeah.
Even though NFTs are like semi-scammy,
I had someone.
you could make some sick
Actual
ones.
drawn art NFTs are sick.
That's what I'm saying. Like
It's the fucking,
real,
like, yeah.
genuine, like art pieces.
I had 2 different people reach out to me. Like,
Yeah.
like one person that I actually knew was like, I will put the money down, make something for an NFT, and I will put it out, and we will sell it on blah blah blah. And I was just like, I don't know. I guess they're like, you need a title, you need a blah 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 blah. And I had to set up like a
'Cause you don't
crypto
even-
account, and I was like, oh.
You don't even need to like make like a whole bunch like a template like some people do like the Bored Ape shit.
Yeah,
or
no,
any of those. I'm talking like because I
No,
know
I
artists
mean,
who literally made
Malice
like 2,
is the template.
who made like 2 NFTs.
Your
and that's
style,
it, you know.
your style is the template.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then those would actually be very valuable NFTs.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, if there was only like 2 of them ever made, something like that.
And then I got really big into. Did I tell you about the holograms?
I don't think so.
I got really big into like. So you remember like back in the day, like hologram, where it was like baseball cards,
Holographic
or
cards
like
and stuff?
fucking
Yeah.
the stuff
Yeah.
where it's like it's not lenticular printing, which is like you stare at something and it shifts to one area to another area. I started incorporating that in paintings very mildly,
That's nuts.
which is, but that's like I don't know how to actually do it. I have to pay a company to do it to send me something that I use in a painting.
Gotcha.
To
I
get
think that
around
counts.
the system, you know.
I don't think that there's anything really wrong with that.
So like I sold a painting where it was like a realistic like eye opening and closing depending on like when you look at it. So
That's NFT material.
I got
Okay, cool.
other shit like that. But
so you touched on it. I touched on it. I need to talk to you about this. This has been something I've been dying to speak to you on.
Devin, it's me.
No, to you.
Oh, what?
Yeah, sorry.
What's up?
I look. I have a really weird.
that's fine.
Yeah, but AI.
Okay.
Art.
AI.
What are your thoughts?
We talked about that on our last pod actually a little bit.
AI.
But a year later, now that it's
Yeah.
developed to the point
Yeah.
that it's at now,
Yeah.
a year, one
The
single
Photoshop
year
AI
later,
integration was huge.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw what it could do, and I was like, "Oh my
It's
god!"
literally fucking.
That's
What's it
so
do? What does it do?
not okay.
I'm not caught up.
Dude, it's just. It's really cool. It's really cool.
What? Okay.
Just
tell-
I say that
How does that
I say
apply?
that defeated or like disheartened.
Yeah, how does it apply to your work though? That's what I want. Like, do you play? Because I see people who use AI to like generate stuff, and then they'll like cut certain elements out and arrange them in pieces that that are original and curated, according to the artist's work. But like, is that something that you would dabble in, or are
Honestly,
you just like avoiding that at all costs?
I'm low key. I've been kind of playing with it, and
Okay.
back to the graphic novel comic thing. I was like, that'd be cool to make something. But the problem is, everything is so right now. At least it's hard to get stuff to take continuity, or what is it? I guess continuity is the word.
Yeah.
To getting like, oh, this character's in this panel from this panel to this panel.
Oh, so
similar
having,
like.
having
Well-
it generate something that's the
And then-
same with minor changes.
And then I have
I
a
see what you're saying.
workaround where it's different panels are drawn, so I can do them similarly, but having it like I
Well,
got,
that
I
kinda
got
get-
some stuff
yeah.
playing.
I guess that kind of gets at like what I was talking about,
got
like
some
with the
stuff.
AI. Is like you could use the AI to make like a rough draft and then like edit everything like yourself to spec.
Yeah.
You know what I
'Cause
mean?
I see, I
that.
see AI art as like a really interesting tool for what you just said, like reference art or rough draft art or
Or collage.
collage or
Reference,
just or
yeah.
making just a small element of a greater thing. Like that kind of stuff is what I think AR art would really excel with.
Yeah.
Whereas just telling the thing to make this painting. Oh, that's my art piece. That's fucking lame.
Yeah.
But when you use it
as a tool,
yeah. that's more
that's what it is, as a tool. I've used it recently. I made a gift for my friend where it's like I made him as like a Pokemon trainer.
Nice.
And I made it as like a Pokemon card, like and had it printed out from a company, and like I gave it to him with like a gift.
Oh my god!
But as like a
I saw something
trainer support card.
You know,
that's so cool.
That reminds me of something that I saw.
So
the
I
other
use
night.
AI that way. Like, oh, here.
That reminds me of something I saw the other night. It was not AI generated, but it was it was something that I think you would fucking love, and I was tempted to get it for you as a gift. And it's Windows 95 on vinyl. Windows 95, all the sound effects and music
Yo,
on vinyl.
That would have been so sick. Where was that?
So it's not officially by Microsoft.
Oh,
It's a. I'll show you later. But there's a.
Yeah, send that to me. 'Cause I'll definitely come.
Technically, it's not legal. It's a bootleg type of thing. But this guy made the artwork for like the vinyl.
Oh, dude! It better be fucking the Hills.
Yeah, it's that,
of course,
with the logo on the front.
Yeah.
And he basically has all the effects, the startup sound, all the effects and music as like MP3s or whatever.
Yeah.
And you have to go in and like basically he has like a document with all the stuff available, and you have to go in and like have it made in order for it to like be like legal, because he can't just like make it and sell it.
Oh,
but.
I mean, that's cool, I guess.
But it's still
it's cool.
It's still a product that exists.
Yeah.
Technically, you just have to do it.
It's like, here's the handbook. Learn how to sew.
Kinda.
It's just like, oh.
Kinda. It's a company.
Cool.
It's a company that will make it for you. You just have to give them the artwork and the files and stuff, and they'll print it onto a vinyl for you.
That vinyl better be blue screen blue. I'm just saying.
I think it was just black.
That would be sick.
Bro,
with like little white splashes.
Yeah.
That would be cool, but it wasn't that.
They missing out.
They gotta find a picture of it. I won't be able to turn my computer
Definitely
around.
send me a link to that though, because I want that bad.
AI art,
if they're still printing.
It's here to stay. I have friends that are literally just like defeated. They're like, yeah, it's like a thing. It's like, yeah, it is.
That's lame. I don't like people's like attitude about AI art like that.
I mean, they're
For
still
real.
making stuff, but I think adapt and overcome as much you can.
It's just more incentive to just get better.
Yeah, but right now, like personally for the stuff that I make, I really don't rely or use it at all. Like 0%.
Well, I would imagine not. Like you have a very, like your style is very. It's almost like AI art, but it's you make it yourself.
Yeah.
Like already as is. So you obviously don't need to use it. I was just curious, like, what your thoughts are. I guess beyond like how you were using it in your work specifically, kind of like what are your thoughts on it as far as like its impact on the grander art scene? You know.
A lot of classical like artists that I look up to do not like it. Are like hard stance against it. They're like, this is, but at the same time, they'll use Procreate, which is like, oh, you're not doing an oil painting now, you're fucking doing Procreate. But Procreate is such like, you can use oil paints and fucking, like, it's so medium heavy where you can do anything, and like, you still draw and sketch, and you can still get the same like effect and almost feel. The main difference is when you see a piece of art, like a painting or a drawing, something, when you see it in real life, that's the actual difference. Seeing stuff in person is you actually can feel.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully you can feel like a presence, like the person's soul, their intention, and sometimes it's completely off from what the person originally made, but you can feel something from an actual painting. Seeing stuff in person is always 1,000 times better than it will ever be on the internet.
Oh, absolutely. And I realized that like when I went to hit the Dali Museum a little while ago for my birthday a couple years ago.
Goated.
Bro,
I love the Dali Museum. Yeah,
seeing like the giant paintings in particular, and how like photorealistic.
Coming to America, the Pilgrims Coming to America.
Yes,
it's one of his master works, one of his 7 that are that size.
Yeah. But it's so crazy because they look so photorealistic from a distance, but then you look up front and you see that there's just splotches of paint.
Yeah.
Just wherever. or it looks like it's just splotches of paint wherever, but it's somehow it just fades into reality in like a really like fascinating way that I haven't I don't think I would be able to experience through the internet looking at a JPEG.
For sure.
That's what's cool about art, though, and that's what's cool about like man-made art in particular. And I think that there will be a very strong demand for like a man-made art now that AI art is such a thing. People are going to like over time start to be able to tell what's AI and what isn't, just like they are able to do with CG.
Yeah.
And being able to do stuff like legitimately is going to be like a sought after skill in the same way that like vintage gear is looked after, in the creation process nowadays. Being able to actually make art yourself is going to be the equivalent of having like an analog summing mixer.
Or like hearing a band live.
Yeah.
It's like,
yes. Yeah. Exactly.
You can feel the warmth, the feel of like the guitar, the rhythm. Mm-hmm.
But then to that end, you kind of get into the issues with like digital art in general versus like analog art. But that's like a whole nother debate, which is now, I guess, obsolete because now everybody's focused on this whole AI thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's banded together or defected.
I think that answers the question, the original point.
Yeah.
What I've been up to. Clothing is really fun. I've been having really fun. Just going fucking. I've made some stuff that's pretty nutty, screen printing wise. That like, yeah, stuff that like I haven't really shown, but that's usually the stuff that I give away, just because it's like, here's a test print, you want it, and they're just like, yeah. Maybe I'll put. I put a poll out recently on my story. What was like, what do people want to see? Like one of one clothing, bags, hats, shirts, or like art pieces, whether it's like digital or physical. And shirts was like 92%.
Really?
Yeah. And this was like voted on by like 120 people or something. Like a lot of people wanted shirts, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Hey, yes.
Sure. But
I want to be able to go out and represent.
I want shit to be affordable. Like I know
that's the hard part, man.
Like,
about all this art shit nowadays.
I don't want to sell a t-shirt for like $40. Like that's I know I could. I've had people like try to give me money like that, and I'm just like, I just
real talk
feel,
though. To be fair, given the state of the economy, I understand as an artist. I completely understand where you're coming from, but given the state of the economy, and given how much effort and artistry does go into your work, I don't think that $40 is too much to ask for something that's custom designed by hand and printed by hand.
And I've bought stuff that has been 40, 50, 60,
exactly,
even 70.
Like, I was about to say, because like, dude, like you don't want to like undersell yourself at the end of the day, because you set the standard for your own price at the end of the day. You could have a piece for $200, and then as soon as somebody buys it, all your pieces from that point on can be $200 because that's the standard that's been set.
Yeah. I'm a
like,
dude.
You know what I mean? You just keep doing that.
I'm just a shitty businessman, dude. That's what it comes down to. It. I'm real with it. Because like I'll literally like, because then I'm just like, damn, man, like I don't want to turn around and charge people. Like people should just make their own shit. And then I'm just like, I think I talked about this last time. I have had people hit me up. Like, how do you do screen printing? How do you do this? And I'm just like, here's the sauce. Like, multiple videos of me showing you step by step. Like, this is what you do. This is how I do it. And I don't know.
Yeah, that's something I need to learn how to do.
I just don't think gatekeeping is. But then again, it's like, this is I don't know.
I think gatekeeping.
I don't live off my art, but I would like to.
Yeah.
I need to push it harder. I need to be more business savvy.
I don't think there's anything wrong with charging what something's worth.
Yeah. Exactly,
especially taking into account what goes into making it.
Yeah,
and as an artist nowadays, being a businessman is a necessity. You almost have to like
you have to
make sure that either your art itself or the skills that you acquire while creating your art equate to some kind of like skill that can make you money, whether that's selling the art itself or providing some service to somebody else that your art allows you some kind of proficiency in.
And that's why, because I already make so much shit. That's why it's like anytime people order things, or like with all the zines, I was just like, here's a bunch of stickers I made. Here's a bunch of like hand signed stuff. Just because it's like, if they're paying, I want them to get their money's worth. I don't want to just like, I've bought from people that it's really cool things and like multiple times, like I really like their shit and their stuff is really quality, but it's literally just like a shirt thrown in a poly mailer bag, and that's it. Not even a business card, not like a sticker, just like that's it. And I get it.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's always cooler to get like just like the little extras. And
Absolutely.
I really like packaging too. And that's why like I started doing the not heat transfers, the
heat print stickers.
On the packaging.
Yeah, that was sick. I saw that,
flair.
and that made me fucking giddy.
It's
the
like-
little things like that like really sell. And that's my
Yeah.
favorite part of buying from independent sellers, because they always do shit like that.
Yeah, it's just sick. To me, that's just like such a no-brainer.
I ran out of storage on my phone for recording, so I'm uploading the footage to my computer so I could keep recording.
Oh no, they won't be able to see our beautiful faces.
There's just going to be a screen that just says camera died or something.
That's fine.
Rip.
Oh, can you take the smile face?
Yeah, I'll put
And
that.
bounce it around. Okay, well, I'm not gonna tell you what to do.
No, that's
The
actually a good
DVD
idea.
the DVD,
I'll see if I can do that.
fucking-
I'll see if I can do that. That's a good
Oh,
idea.
then I can
And
show
you
you.
got hit it with the applause sound effect when it hits the corner.
Yeah.
Eventually. So I've been making shit like this recently
Bro,
with like.
I need.
I've been making like this. This might. So I've made this and put this on the back of my t-shirts. This smiley face. That's pretty. I've had like 5 or 6 orders.
I'm going to have to take a picture of that so I can put it on the screen right now since I don't video right now.
Yeah, but like, I think it's my current like logo on Instagram. It's like the wide open mouth, the forced open mouth, smile face. If you look in the corners of the mouth, they're hooks forcing it to smile.
I had not noticed that before, actually.
But yeah, making like one-on-one like satchels, bags has been really cool. I've been on doing that. I've been sewing. I learned how to sew. So all my stuff is hand sewn.
That's fucking
Anytime I
sick.
make one-on-one pieces. Just because
you continue to amaze me.
I have a sewing machine, but I just don't use it. It's actually my mom's.
Yeah.
But just hand sewing is way cooler, in my opinion.
It has an element of
Yeah.
unique craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a hard word to say. Craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship.
Yeah.
Craft.
There's some projects though where it's just like daunting, where it's like, dude, am I really gonna have to sit here and sew like? So these are the pants I was talking about, where it's like patch pants, where it's just like so much like stacked on stacked designs. And those are on just some like camo pants that I thrifted that I actually bought dye and dyed them. So that was a process too. That was kind of cool. First time like dyeing clothing.
I had to learn how to make my own clothing, or like upcycle clothing.
I wanted
'cause, like,
to.
I have no fucking clothes anymore,
Me
and no
neither.
money to buy more. So
I have
gotta
like 3 outfits.
I gotta figure out what to do about
Bro,
that.
Salvation Army, bro.
But
I just-
what were
yeah.
you saying?
I wanted to ask you guys, but I forgot. I mean, I'll still do it, but I was gonna tell you guys to bring like a shirt or whatever that I can like take home and like screen print and give back to you.
Damn.
That's still on the table. I just feel like an asshole bringing it up now because you're not prepared.
I would definitely give you one. I have a hoodie in the car.
Yeah,
Can you do that?
yeah, I'll fuck
It
it
has a
up.
bleach stain on it though.
Dude, that's perfect.
Okay, better. Even better.
I have a gun and I'm schizophrenic shirt.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I will.
I got you. I'll give that to you.
Dude. That is gonna be
Perfect.
so cool.
Yeah.
Like shit like that.
Timu Malice collab.
Shit like
I bought that on Temu. I put together a fit.
Have
a
you
trade
seen?
fit.
Have you seen the shirt that's like, I will beat you to death with a hammer? Like, stuff like that is so funny to me. Where it's just like,
or Kyle's "Don't bully me, I'll come" shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want like, yeah,
I bought. So one day I was scrolling through Temu and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a fit for Trey.
that's hard.
So I got him the.
That's a real one right
I
there.
have a gun and what does it say? I'm schizophrenic.
Yeah.
I have a gun and I'm schizophrenic. Got him a MF Doom ring.
Yep.
That's cool.
And then what else was there? The content glasses,
Yep. The content, the techno
Content
glasses.
shades.
the content
Yep.
shades, and what else was there?
Didn't you give me the fake Yeezys as well?
No.
No?
I wanted to, but you were like, I'm not wearing those.
Fair, yeah. I would not have. I would have cherished them. I would have put them on display and told people they were legit.
It's like, yeah, these
Those
are
are my
real.
real Yeezys. I don't wear them.
Yeah.
I bought one pair of Yeezys but sold them.
I bought one Yeezy.
I flipped them.
A single Yeezy.
I bought the
A
left
single
one.
Yeezy.
Yeah.
Bought the left one.
Dude.
The left. I'll hang it above my Kanye 2024 flag that I have.
I didn't buy the Yeezy. I bought the Yee.
The Yeet.
Yeah.
The Yee.
The Yeet. The single.
Yee 2024, baby.
Dude.
If you're voting for anybody but Kanye, you're a fucking chump.
If you're voting, you're a chump.
Yes.
That's fucked up.
Oh,
Sorry. It doesn't matter. Well, I don't want to get into that.
Yep. Anyway.
Yeah.
If you were,
I'm just gonna put that out there.
if you exist, you a Trump.
Shit, for real though.
I feel like I've unveiled a lot of projects or stuff that I've had.
A lot of Malice exclusives.
Yeah, I've been it's just saving stuff continually that I've been working on. Just like, oh, this is cool. I feel like I have ADHD though, in terms of undiagnosed. It's not real. No, I feel like I have ADHD in terms of just jumping from one project to the next, where I literally have to force myself, to do something or work on.
You know, I struggle with that too when it comes to like editing stuff sometimes, because it's weird because it's like it's something I enjoy doing once I'm in the thick of doing it, but getting myself to start something is like the hard part sometimes.
Yeah,
and I'm not really sure why.
I don't have a problem starting something. It's more of I don't know. My brain works really weird, legitimately. I can have clothes to be worked on a pile on top of a printer that I need to print something out. And because I haven't moved those clothes, I won't do it, but I need to do it. And then I'll move them and then I'll start up the printer. And then when I start up the printer, I will print stuff out for Hate My Hands or like the zines. And then I'll start doing that. And then when I finish that, then I'll go back to the clothes. It's like that. But like moving the clothes initially is such a minor thing that I'm just like, I don't want to move the clothes because then I'll do this and do this and do this. And then I have to do this. So in the meantime, I want to work on this.
Right.
And then I force myself to do it, and I slowly chip away at 7 different things instead of just knocking something out.
Exactly.
Which is
that seems to be the.
And since I've started playing bass, it's like even harder.
Yeah.
Because that's something I
Adding
really want to focus on and get good at. That where like my actual art is lacking.
I've started getting a little bit better at like forcing myself to be more in like command of my time, in the sense of like getting up earlier,
cracking a cold
with the boys, getting up earlier in the day so I can work on this project before I have to go to work instead of sleeping until after work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like trying to squeeze as much productivity out of the day as possible. And I've slowly been getting a little bit better and better at it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's difficult.
That grind, that wake up early grind.
Yeah, it's hard though because I want to sleep.
I've been doing that too.
I mean, you need sleep. Oh, dude, that's another thing with the gym. It sucks because I have bad. So I had sleep apnea for growing up.
Same.
Really bad.
Same here.
And then instead of the CPAP, they're like, no, you need the surgery. So I got the surgery. I got my adenoids removed. My adenoids, or like these like bumps in like my nose, like my skull or whatever. They open up the airways. You can breathe better. So I got that done, and that was like senior year of high school a while ago. And then basically, I slept really good for a couple of years, and then it just got super shitty. And then they're like, "Oh yeah, you actually have insomnia." I was like, "Oh, that fucking sucks."
Oh.
And I was just like, "Well, what do I do about it?" And they're like, "Oh, you can take these pills." And I'm just like, "Nah, I'm straight."
For me, I had sleep apnea. I technically still do because for me, it's like a weight related thing.
Okay.
So growing up, I was super overweight, and growing up, I didn't know that I had it because to me, it was just normal.
Yeet.
So it just was part of my, it's just normal to me until I started playing sports and getting in the gym.
Yeah.
And I slimmed down like crazy.
Yeah.
And it went away. My apnea was completely just weight related, like having too much fat blocking the airways and stuff, and like making my tongue, block airways, all that kind of stuff.
Do you deal with it now?
I do. So when I start over time, as I like gained weight back, it came back.
And dude, your weight, I don't want to speak for you, but fluctuates pretty, because I remember in college, like you were big, but you weren't like big. And then you've gone from like dropping pounds to like, is it just like you just got to get active?
It's
just like,
I have this body type, and I'm not trying to make like excuses or anything, but I have this. I think it's called mesomorph. This mesomorph body type that has a very easy time with building muscle mass. The downside is, so I can gain muscle and stuff really easily and retain it really easily, which is why I'm still like pretty strong.
Yeah.
But the downside is my body also retains and struggles to lose fat.
Yeah.
So like I have to work extra hard at that part, which comes into the dieting aspect. But I can eat just like the
your
normal
body-
shit that everybody else eats, and I'll gain more from it than other people would.
Yeah, your
my
body absorbs
metabolism is just not good.
the protein and stuff.
Yeah.
So like when you're actually eating like right, you know, and like
Yeah.
even a little bit of gym, I'm sure your body fucking like,
Yeah.
because the strongest guys are the biggest ones,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just in general. Like I see guys like your size or like even bigger in the gym, and bro, they're throwing around like 4 plates on the bench. I'm just like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like they're going crazy.
And
Like,
when I
Because when you're that big, you're pretty much always weightlifting.
Yeah, mass moves mass, bro. I just remembered logos. I did I don't know, maybe I told this last time. I think I just was starting to work on it. I did a team logo for like a basketball league, like
that's
FC.
fucking cool. What?
Really?
Yeah, like FC Federation Christian Athletes or whatever.
Really?
I was paid to do a logo for them. Yeah,
That's
pretty
cool.
cool. Their stuff was on jerseys and so.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Nice.
How do they find you for that? Like, do you think just somebody knew?
Somebody knew.
Yeah,
Somebody
you're
knew.
not
Was like,
the kind of person that
Yeah,
would be
right?
conditioned by,
and
Yeah.
they were just like,
the Lord
I know
there?
this guy, and I was just like, yeah, I'll do it, sure. And they're just like, don't do anything like extreme now, and I was just like, no, like I know, like I can adapt.
It was just like a regular logo.
Yeah,
much, like-
pretty much. I did what
Nice.
they asked for. Yeah, that was cool. Originally I had this crazy design where it was like this angel blowing like the horn of like Gabriel, and I was
Yo,
like,
hard.
it was crazy. And the guy who like took it and showed it to him, and he's like, yeah, we can't do that. I was like, bro, but like I had the mock-ups, like the actual mock-ups for the jerseys, like black and white, and I was like, yo, this is hard. And they were just like, this is we can't do this. And I was just like,
Damn.
how about this? And they were just like, that's better.
Yeah, just
And I
regular.
was like, okay.
I want to see the final version of that.
Yeah, I want to see that.
The actual logo,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
dude.
the
Well, both. I want to
mock-up
see
one,
both.
if you have it.
I think I have the original one, the good one, on my work computer. Funny enough, and the other one's just like a normal logo. Their team is like the Saints, or I think it's the Saints. I don't even remember to be real.
For you said it was basketball.
Yeah, it's basketball.
Well, I actually tried out for a soccer team at my school.
Oh yeah,
But I didn't make it because
soccer's hard. You gotta
Well,
run.
I wasn't number one. I had played a little bit of soccer, not like on teams or
Were
league
you
or
goalie?
anything. I played a little bit of goalie.
Yeah, they put me on goalie too, bro.
Well, goalie is a good like starter position. I feel like, in a way, even though it's like a pretty hard position, but it's kind of a good starter one because you get to observe a lot of what's going on
Yeah.
on the field, and all you really have to do is block and use
Yeah.
your hands. You get to use your hands.
My brother-in-law played college like soccer in like Pennsylvania. That's where he grew up in. And he was goalie, and he was like, they did obviously college like competitive. So he was helping me, and bro, it was a fucking nightmare. I was getting like, not the shit kicked out of me, but it was just like hours of me on my knees diving from left to right and just hitting the ground, hitting the ground. Like,
I got into soccer because of the
fun, though.
2012 World Cup.
2012.
Yeah, in the world. No, the World Cup that was going on in that year.
Should've
I got really sucked into watching the World
That's
Cup
messed up.
games. 'Cause that was the summer right before I started high school,
Mm-hmm.
and started playing with friends because I had friends who actually played soccer, and they started teaching me some stuff, and we started going out and playing.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I got decent enough to keep up recreationally with friends, but not
Which still is huge.
definitely not good enough to play on a team, but good enough to keep up a little bit with friends. And yeah, goalie is what I started at. Andreas has this one video. I don't know if he still has it, but he had this video of me just
Power forward.
He has this video of him kicking like a perfect like corner shot.
Yeah.
But instead of hitting the corner, it does the curve and then goes hits me right in the face.
Damn.
You have that on video, and I've never seen it.
I don't think he has anymore. He used to have it.
That's funny.
It was a number of years. This was like 2012. We're talking about 2013 or something.
Oh,
So like it's on an old phone like forever ago.
damn.
It was a really funny video though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed soccer. It's fun. It's fun to watch. I enjoy watching soccer more than watching football.
Yeah. For sure.
Definitely. It's more like it's one of those sports that like has a lot of nuance to it that I guess you don't, as just like a layperson watching it, not knowing what's going on, it looks boring. But when you kind of get more knowledge of what's going on, it becomes a lot more interesting.
I think that as a not sports person, objectively, by a significant margin, the most fascinating sport to watch,
Hockey,
Combat sports.
basketball.
basketball's cool too.
As far as like, you know, ball,
guess.
as far as ball sports, not blood sports are
Ball
concerned.
sports.
Yeah.
Ball sports are concerned, basketball is like the most, it's the fast paced, the most dynamic, highest skill level, everything. Everybody has like a place and everybody, it's like,
It's
there's so many
different.
variables. What?
It's so different nowadays, though. And I'm not like that. Oh, I guess I do sound like that guy. I was like, man, it's just different now.
How so?
I look
Well,
how
people-
people,
I-
Like I
a lot of
said,
peop-
I'm not.
So,
I've heard a
I'm
lot
not
of
actually a
people-
sports guy. I'm just going based off the games that I have seen.
Gunner and
So,
Gage
like,
would love this conversation because they're
it's
big
so
into
high.
this.
The
But it's very pussified in a
it's
way.
high. Yeah, it's that, and it's like high scoring. It's like shooting. It's like 3-point shots. Like it's yeah.
It's not very aggressive like
No,
physically anymore.
Not what it used to be. Now
Yeah.
it's like,
Because it's all like every little touch you make on another person's a foul.
and like you have to think like it makes sense. Like these guys are worth billions of dollars easily. Like the main people at least. You
especially
know,
the team as a whole. Yeah.
yeah, and it's just like companies are invested in brands and all this stuff. So it makes sense where you don't want them to get hurt or banged up or be out.
But at the same time,
I was gonna say, look at D Rose.
at the same time though, it's a
Same point.
sport. That's what a sport is kind of about. Is
Yeah.
pushing physical limits.
yeah,
And that's why I also like feel the same way about football. As football also has become a little bit
yeah,
pussified.
it has.
Even though it's like among the most like physically aggressive sports because you're literally like running into each other.
I miss the days where it was just leather on the helmet.
No, well, like there's genuine arguments to be made
That's
that
so crazy.
those days
Yeah,
were better
because-
because when you have
I've
less
seen-
protection, people are gonna
Don't go as hard.
right. They are more
Yeah.
careful about. They're more like strategic about the way they approach the hits and everything.
Bro,
Whereas
imagine
the padding gives you like a false sense of safety, where the padding doesn't actually help that much. And there's arguments to be made also that the helmets actually make brain injuries worse.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be fucking sick. Football, but
In
where
space?
all the players were like, well, yes, football
Zero
in
G.
football in space, where all the players were like jujitsu masters.
There's a book series about that. Not
Well,
the
they're
jujitsu
actually-
part.
What about
but
football
okay.
in space?
It's football in space,
But
yeah.
it's all like when you said jujitsu, I thought of like ninjutsu, like some Naruto shit.
jujitsu?
Substitution
I wanna
jutsu.
actually
The
learn
ball's actually
jujitsu.
over there.
Like I've been looking into like, I mean, I've done a little like boxing here and there, like sparring and just like footwork. It's mainly footwork for like the first year and a half, I would say, and then actually like hitting the bag and then learning actual stuff. You can't just go in and shadow box. You can do mirror. Like mirror boxing is way better because you actually see yourself. But
Get to see your form and everything.
I don't know. I do want to do jiu-jitsu, like Brazilian like rolls, rolling on the mat with people. But like, there's a lot of time. I got a lot of you make the time for the things you care about. I shouldn't.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about a lot of things.
You just have to rank your level of how much you care about certain stuff.
That's how I feel for about people too. And it's like, dude, you make time for the people you care about along with.
So that's why you haven't been on the podcast in a year.
That's not true. I would have.
I'm just fucking.
Damn.
That's not
I'm just
true.
fucking.
Because it was from both
Damn.
sides. It's not just
Yeah,
me.
no, I'm just messing with you.
And like I've always
You're
kept
like-
you in the loop.
Yeah.
And it's not like I just like ghosted.
Nah.
It's always like, hey, I'm doing this. Hey, this is what's going on. Hey. And then another reason is like I don't go out because I'm grinding at home.
Well, we
I'm locked
could.
in the hyperbolic time chamber, fucking leveling up, dude.
We did a podcast over Discord recently. We could start doing that. Because that makes it easier for
It's
you.
not as fun.
It's not. It's not.
But
as fun.
like, dude, this
It was
is
weird.
like
it was a little bit weirder.
This is sick.
this is sick. Like
Yeah.
I'm down. Like, dude, everything worked out perfectly. Like I don't know about like Sundays are like perfect for me. I ain't got work tomorrow. Like
Nice.
fucking
Yeah, I kind of orchestrated my schedule in such a way where Sundays were like dedicated recording days.
You got work tomorrow?
For the most part.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
You got work tomorrow too.
I don't.
Oh, you don't?
No, because I'm going into Tampa tomorrow.
Why you ask?
No, I was just saying.
Oh, word.
I was saying D&D.
Usually-
Because I got PTO, I could take work
I
off.
can run something. I'm gonna say.
Usually I do
Dungeons
have
and
Mondays.
Dragons with the boys. Some space related.
That might be worth spending.
Well,
But,
yeah, I can't.
That is,
tomorrow.
I want to. One of the things I do miss about college, sitting in a setting like this with other like-minded people. Why? I guess I really didn't. Besides you and like 2 other people in college, I really didn't meet anyone who was like I fucked with. Essentially, they were whatever.
NPCs.
Yeah, pretty well. That's mean. It's everyone's got their own.
That's
thing.
okay.
I didn't mean to
They're
say.
NPCs to you. If you're,
Everyone's got their
if
own
you-
life.
If you
Everyone's
live
doing
your
their own
life,
thing.
no. Here's my philosophy. Right, I live my life
Excuse me.
as if I'm the main character.
I don't.
So most other people are NPCs from my point of view. Now, from there, if we zoom out 30,000 feet up, right, we're all just NPCs in one way or another.
Yes.
So I'm not saying everybody's like pointless and boring and whatever. Like, but from my like living my life, this person in this class I don't really care about or ever talk to, they're an NPC because I don't
Or
interact with them.
maybe I do. I was really quick to say I don't when you said live your life as a main character.
I think I think that's the ideal way to live your life is to
Yeah.
act as if you are the main character because you are in control of your life.
Yeah. I'm just so ingrained where like I would hear that or like if I tried to say that to myself, I equate that with being selfish. It's
Well,
like
there's
putting myself above others.
There's
It's like-
nuance to it. There's limits to it.
Yeah.
I think there's a certain level at which you are main character to the point where you're too full of yourself.
Yeah.
You have no consideration for the people around you, or
I need to be the opposite.
right. There's like limit. There's definitely
Or-
boundaries to it.
I don't know. I've had a lot of people tell me I need to be not shittier, but just not.
Assertive,
No, not that.
aggressive,
No. I can be.
submissive,
No.
Breedable.
breedable.
Breedable submissive? No, just in terms of just like back to what we were saying about the main
Hey,
character.
Cameron's back.
The
Say
main
hello.
what's going on? The main character aspect being in terms just doing what you want to do, like not bending over backwards for other
Right.
people. Cause I just see it as like, dude, if I can help this person, like this goes back to like people hitting me up and giving them all the sauce. Just
Yeah.
like, dude, if I can help you, like, fuck yeah, like that's in my eyes. I see that as like there's like a spectrum, right? It's like 100% you help someone, and on one end or the other side, you gatekeeper. It's like I'm not telling you because this could take away from my
Yeah.
possible blah blah blah.
Yeah,
blah,
no,
blah.
I respect your approach to that because I think gatekeeping in terms of process
yeah,
is kind of whack.
yeah, 100%.
Now, if you reveal a process, but there's one special piece of it that's like special to you, that maybe, keep
But not
that.
just in terms of like an art perspective, in terms of that's just how I like am in life.
Yeah.
So where it's just like, dude, if I can help you and like I know you, like of course, like
Sometimes you have to like know when to say no to stuff.
that's the problem.
That's because I struggle with that too sometimes.
Learning how
say
to
yes too many
prioritize
things.
yourself over others.
Yeah,
But doing pretty good, doing really good.
it's good to hear.
Yeah. Getting better at it. Saying no. Doing shit. I'm not saying like saying no to things that I don't want to do. Like, do I want to work fucking overtime? No, sorry. Like, do I want like stuff like that? It's just kind of easy to say no to.
Yeah.
I think
I
you
mean,
and
well,
I.
for the most part, I mean, money's always good.
I think you and I have one thing in common, and that's that we're generally speaking people pleasers.
Probably, yeah.
We like to do whatever we can
Yeah.
within reason to please people around us. And I definitely struggle with saying no to stuff sometimes. Too.
And like close people, like really close friends, like I would genuinely get upset over something that is bothering them in life.
And the camera's out again.
to a
Oh,
degree.
fuck.
Where it's just like this shouldn't be affecting me because it's not my problem, and it's not something that like it's just not something that I need to take on. Like this isn't my stress or my burden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I've learned to deal with that. But I think generally men just have like a fix it mentality. So in terms of
That's true.
That's for a lot of things. So learning how to not just be like, oh, there's a problem. How do I fix it? A to Z type deal, type vibe.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's just like, dude, this doesn't need to be fixed. Just fucking listen to me, please. Or like, just, you know what I feel? You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah, I'm very bad about that.
I've read a couple good books I can recommend you that are like practice active listening and stuff like that.
I mean, I am good at active listening, but I'm also like I can listen to people. I'm good at conversation and stuff like that. It's just a matter of like I often, when it comes to, it's mostly in regards to like my relationships. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like when they'll vent about stuff and like I don't want to seem like I don't care, and so if I just hit them with like K, you know what I mean?
You hit him with the, that's crazy.
Versus something that at least
That's crazy.
versus something that at the very least
Damn.
indicates that like I have comprehended and like thought seriously about what they said, you know, but can be taken or is taken commonly in this way that I don't think is like intended.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And sympathy
like,
and empathy, it's like a big thing.
Yeah.
Where it's just like they don't. Well, you were saying relationships. For a lot of the time, it's like, look, I don't. In my experience, it's like, look, don't fix it. I just want to vent. Or if it's some like a serious issue or something, if it's like a serious issue, it's like, well, I don't need you saying, yeah, I've been through that, or this is what I did, or whatever. Like, just chill, just like sit with me, like I just need someone there in proximity to, you know.
Let me vent, bro.
Yeah,
That type of thing.
we don't do that.
Social creature needs to social for a second.
No, we don't need to vent. We're men.
True.
Like that.
Real.
I die with these
Let's
feelings.
play the Signal theme song.
Fucking toxic, bro.
Yeah.
It's so fucking. I die with these emotions. Locked in the grave. My tabernacle you'll find. Ah, yes.
The ultimate man.
The commandments. I just make up random lore at work too, which is pretty funny.
More about what?
What do you mean?
Just bullshit. And it's like, I don't know. Works.
That sounds like a Psychic Pebbles thing to do.
I'm very, very blessed in terms where all my coworkers are really chill with me, just being me, including like my bosses.
Yeah. It sounds like you're very entertaining at work. So I see why they would-
I'm just me,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Valid.
He's like,
Good.
they're like, bro, why is this? What's this random page 1 out of 5? Like document. I don't understand what this rambling is.
What are these documents?
Like I hid one in the work fridge, and they're just like, "What the fuck is this?" And
Like
it's
slender fucking notes. Like
yeah, it was that, but it was the
the 8 pages.
This was a while. It was the B movie script. And it was like, and the last one was just Mary B with like a thumbs up, and they're just like, I don't get it. Is this like, are you talking about like synthesizing honey? Like, what? Bear? Why is he mentioned? But I had to print it in such a small font to fit on the 4 pages that
You fit the entire stuff on for. What the fuck?
not front or back, just front. So that I had to make the font size like 0.5 or something.
Jesus.
That and
That's
it wasn't
fucking
until they had all of them where they put it together, where they were just like, is this the B movie? And they were just like, yeah.
You like
It's kind of an
this?
old meme.
Yeah.
But like I
yeah.
just thought it was not work. Well,
It
yeah,
kind
work
of made it
appropriate.
even more like absurd, like to have found that all
Yeah.
out. That's just a B movie.
Yeah.
It's an old dead meme. It's like, huh.
Like you really trolled me with a dead meme.
Just like
It's even
funny.
more.
Or like when MF Doom passed away, like I printed out his mask and I put it in the vending machine, the Coca-Cola thing, in like the bottom left-hand corner. So like if you saw it, it's like, why is MF Doom's mask there? And like I had some people like, is that? And I was just like, that's right. And they were just like, oh, that's okay. Respect. So it's just like little Easter eggs. So I'm just leaving Easter eggs.
Nice.
IRL Easter eggs.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jeez.
A lot of my older coworkers really like my art too, which is kind of cool. Like
Really?
these are like old, like I've been here 20 plus years. Like I'm just like, oh,
Wow.
that's cool.
At the Civic Center that's only been there for like 5 years?
Well, just general like old people working with the city.
Ah, word.
So
Gotcha.
I've worked with the city total, I think 5 years now,
Oh, word.
or
So you've
almost
been-
5 years.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's about as long as I've had my current gig,
yeah.
which is nice because I get to work on my stuff.
I don't think I've ever had a job longer than 2 years.
I worked a political campaign before.
What was that like?
Really?
I managed a local politician's political campaign.
Are you comfortable saying who it is?
When, where, and how, why?
Fort Pierce was where. Won't say who it was.
Okay.
But it was very, very eye-opening. It got screwed out of at least $1,000 by the end of it. Personally,
What?
yeah.
You did?
Yeah, and that's why I was like, bro, fuck this bullshit.
Why do they have you paying for stuff and never reimburse you?
No,
or?
it was like I put all these hours in, logged them, and was like, here. And they were like, well, for your payment, you said literally, because they were like, okay, you can do maybe salary or you can maybe do like by the hour. It's like, you can pick. And I was like, oh, it's whatever. You can do like by the hour, like how I've been being paid. And they were like, okay. And then they were like, well, you said it's whatever. And I was like, but then I followed it up with just pay me with how I've been being paid. And they're like, well, I don't know. You're going to have to talk to the commission about that. And it's like, so I'm just like out $1,000 because I logged all these out.
Hey,
like,
y'all, don't vote for this motherfucker.
so it was like, I was like, yeah, this isn't cool.
I was sabotaged the
so-
campaign.
How did you get into that in the first place? Were you like interested in that candidate, or was it just a job you were just curious about? Or
I don't, dude, how did I get introduced to that? It was just someone, I think it was someone I knew was like, hey, this person is running and they need help. Would you be interested in going door to door? I was going door to door, like leaving the hanging things on there. And like, if they answered, just tell them about the candidate. Like, hey, blah, 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 did blah, 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 blah. I was doing that. And 2 of my other friends in high school actually did it with me. And, dude, it paid. The candidate was actually really nice. The guy itself was like super cool. But
so you actually had time like interacting with them?
yeah. He was like all the time.
Okay.
He was super chill. But
Cool. Well, at least that's good.
yeah, but like how it was ran, of course, was shitty.
Yeah.
Like the people actually like behind the scenes were super shitty. But it was just, dude, it was so much work. Never again. And then getting screwed out a bunch of money just left a terrible taste in my mouth. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm going to just go to college. And then I started college. And then I did that. Well, after I did the political thing, I lived in North Carolina for a little bit. I did like granite work.
Wait, this is before or after college?
Before college. I did granite work, worked in like granite factory or like a warehouse and a factory. Fucking.
Making stone up in this bitch.
And that was super, super hard work. Learned a lot though. Made
did you
enough
learn?
money
I was gonna say,
to.
it sounds like something that would pay well. Really?
Not for me, no. I was working under the table for my brother-in-law, my half brother-in-law,
I see.
my half sister or husband or
So
whatever.
it was like a family thing that you got into?
Yeah, and it was, dude. And we had different political views. They would like fucking hound me at the time about it, and I was just like, "This is not fun." Like waking up at 5 a.m. to go work, like
Slang rocks.
12 plus hours, because I was doing not only like the cleanup, I was doing like the grunt work where it was like, because in the actual warehouse they have the giant saw where they do the water and run through the systems and stuff. So I was basically shoveling like broken granite and like mud into like dumpsters for hours,
Sheesh.
which is really heavy. And then I'd go do install jobs with people. And I was like, yeah, walk up this spiral staircase in this fucking house with this like giant island granite top. It's like, all right, cool. Sick. I made enough money to get a plane ticket and go home.
Nice.
Damn.
Literally.
How long were you doing that?
3-4 months. I don't know, around there.
So
So it wasn't too long, but I mean, it's long
Fucking
enough.
sucked,
And long enough. And I was just like, I'm going to college. Please let me come home.
That's definitely understandable.
Went to college.
That's like, son, you're either going to college or you're going to work in the granite factory. Your choice.
And my parents were hyped. They were like, yo, you're going to make so much money out there, blah, blah, blah. And like, yeah, it was not good. It was not good. And I really, really missed my cat too, which really sucked.
Where are they?
Where what?
Cat.
Oh, she died
She died. Oh.
2 years ago. Rip.
I'm sorry.
She was like 17 though. That was a long. That was like my.
Right.
That was like my cat from the jump. Like
That's my cat.
that's literally that's my. Cats are awesome though. Super cool. I love dogs too, but cats are just you.
Right.
You gotta work for their affection, like their love. You do. They're fickle,
Kinda,
dude.
yeah.
It's not like a dog where it's like they love you off rip.
But they love you off rip, but then you gotta work for them to like obey you and like do cool things. Whereas cats will never do a trick.
But that's part of training. They will if you teach them.
They can. Cats
They
can.
can.
do
But
certain
cats,
stuff.
but like they're not gonna. It's not the same.
And they're
thing.
fickle. They're
not
just like, I don't want to be pet right now. It's like, okay, that's
like-
cool.
Or as dogs will be pet whenever the fuck, which is
Yeah.
awesome. Dogs, I feel like, are more symbiotic with people than cats are, personally.
I think that's probably true. But I don't know. There's different things to like about cats, I guess. It's definitely like a personality thing. Like you have to have the personality
Yeah,
to that, works with a cat.
for sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I like both. I don't.
Yeah, I've had both growing up the
Yeah.
entire time. Like dogs, cats, birds.
I think cats are a little bit easier to maintain.
They can do their own thing.
Yeah, in that sense,
Yeah.
they're easier to maintain.
Yeah.
As long as like you clean up whatever
course.
fucking shit they knock over. Like as long as you clean up the house that they will inevitably tear up.
Yeah.
That's all you really need to do. You can leave them alone all day and they're probably going to be chill.
Yeah.
Whereas dogs, they go crazy if you're gone for an hour.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Dogs are they're pack animals, whereas cats aren't at all.
Yeah.
Cats are very independent. So they just do, like you said, they just do what they want.
Yeah.
I don't want to be pet right now. I want to go sit in the sun for a while. I want to go look at birds for a while, stimulate my brain. Whereas dogs are like, they just want to follow you and do whatever you're doing.
Yeah. I've had cats like that too, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Cat dogs?
Where they're just like, they're just all up in your shit, and they're just like, you sitting down. The second you sit down, they're like, let me get in your lap real quick.
Yo, my cat? Okay.
Or
I have
just
two
like,
cats.
Dude, mine's the same way, but
Yo,
otherwise he's such a dickhead. I hate that cat.
One of my cats, here's an interesting development recently. One of my cats, I think he learned how to teleport or something because he's gotten out of the house
Oh no.
at night
Are they night cats?
twice. No.
Oh.
He's a,
Indoor?
huh?
Indoor cat or an outdoor
They're
cat?
indoor cats.
Okay.
There's two of them, Dio and Minato. Minato is orange. Dio is black. They're brothers.
I've met your cats.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. You did meet them. Dio, the black one,
Yeah.
very like
Konowa
sweet and innocent, naive type of personality is how I describe him. Right? Trevor here is dozing up. He need that bowl. He needs some wing.
You need that
Thanks,
bowl.
brother. Yeah.
You can kill it if you want.
He
I'm
so
chilling.
Dio. Dio has this thing where if he sees an opening to the outside, he runs out, but then he has no idea what to do next, and he'll immediately panic.
He's like,
He's like, I didn't think I'd get this far.
yeah, it's
Like plankton. He's like, I didn't think this far ahead. It's literally every time.
I didn't think this. I can't do it, plankton.
But what he did in the last 2 weeks, or in the last week, he's done this twice, or I guess 2 weeks. So my friend Cody was at work. He works at I'm gonna say it, but I'll bleep it out. He works at and it's by my house, and he works overnight.
He works there.
Yeah, he works there.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
Works at the granite factory. No, but his job is warehouse. They're like lifting heavy shit, moving around.
I don't agree with their views.
Their views on granite.
on people.
On people.
Because it's blurred out. It's like, well, dude, where does he work?
Yeah. So his break.
Okay.
He has like an hour break at like 12:30 in the morning, and he just a handful of times he would just come over and hang out. He and I would just hang out in the garage and smoke while he's on his break.
Just vibe.
And he would go back. Yeah, because I literally live like 5 minutes or less from the place.
Yeah.
So this time, I had the garage door like half open, so you can't like see in from outside really, because the couch out there is also blocking part of the view. But the cats were out there. I see the cat Dio walk up to the screen, and then just like climb the screen through a hole in the screen, and then immediately run to the front door and try to jump through that screen to get inside. And he was like meowing and panicking and crying.
He was like, what do I do?
He literally
outside boundaries.
No, literally, it was like fucking. It was like you're leaving the map in a battlefield. It was like leaving mission 10
Report
9. Report back.
Yeah.
That's literally what he did. He's like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was far ahead. And I'm like, what the fuck was your plan, dude? So I had to go back and get him, bring him inside. So that's one time, right? Mm-hmm. Then the other day, I get up and I'm getting ready to go somewhere. I'm loading my car with equipment, recording stuff. I forget what I was going to do, but I was loading my car. It was like 10 or 11 in the morning. And I'm in the garage and I open the garage and I hear a meow. I hear like the panic, the crying panic type of meow. And I'm like, where's that coming from? I don't know, but it sounds like it's from outside. Mm-hmm. So I go and investigate. I open the screen, go outside, and I'm like looking around behind the trash cans, around the cars, everything. I basically echolocated it to he's directly underneath my engine of my car, hiding.
Oh, shit.
I have no explanation for how he got out this time. But he wasn't like stuck or anything. He was just like
chilling?
Scared.
Okay.
I think he was just like scared because he didn't know what the fuck to do. But I just nudged him a little bit and he realizes I'm here and he darts inside.
Okay.
Because I had the screen open. He darts inside. The whole time I'm talking to him like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Do you know what spooked him?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think he was spooked. I think he was like getting my attention because like the door opened because somebody's around. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, how and when did he get out in the first place? My only theory, the only thing that makes sense is he was out all night. Hiding
That could
there.
have happened.
I don't know how. I don't know when he got out or how. That's the crazy part. So then, third time, just the other day, earlier this week, I'm in my room editing, and I'm on acid, and I hear meowing, the same panic crying meowing.
Oh no!
From my bedroom window. And at first I think it sounds almost like it's coming from the living room, like I'm hearing it through the door, but no. I go out. The cat's nowhere to be found in the living room. I go out into the back porch and I hear the meowing more, and I look around the corner because like my back porch is like next to where my bedroom window is. So I go out and he's like clawing at the screen, like climbing the screen on the outside. He's in the backyard.
Okay.
Meowing at my bedroom window to try to get in.
Yeah.
I open the back porch and he comes running in. And I'm like, how the fuck do you keep getting outside? Like, he just keeps like escaping.
How close is the screen, like the porch, to your room? Like outside where you're saying?
Oh, like right next to it.
Oh, okay.
So like, okay, so like.
Sounds like, did he have to go out and around or like?
No. So like, if right there is the back porch, like 6 feet over is my bedroom window.
Okay.
They're on the same wall.
Oh, got it. There you go. Got it.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They're on the same wall, but like 6 feet separated.
If you were to put this house in AutoCAD, no, I'm just kidding. Where exactly are the dimensions? Yeah.
Try to 3D model my house.
Something funny that I could just mention. Last time when I was on the pod, I told you about when I clipped you saw when I clipped my head on the fucking garage door.
Oh my God.
That gave me a minor concussion.
What?
Legitimately. Like I went to the doctor because of it. So at the bottom of the garage door, because it's all metal, when I was walking into his house to the podcast, the old setup, I wasn't looking and I turned my head and I walked and I clipped the top.
It wasn't open all the way.
I clipped it, the top of my head, and if I didn't, because even when I had a hat on, I had a knot on my head. And then I went to work the next day and I was like, I'm feeling really nauseous. I don't know why. I'm like,
I feel so bad for that. Oh
I don't.
My God.
No. I just thought it was funny because I was like, I don't feel good. And like,
got some days off work, so you didn't have to collect workers' comp.
Oh fuck no, dude! I literally finished my 6 a.m. shift and went straight to the gym, and like was fucking doing a leg day. And my coworker was like, "What happened? You feel nauseous?" And I was just like, "Yeah." Blah, blah, blah. They're like,
Lifting is good for my nerves.
That doesn't sound. Did you sleep last night? I was like, "Yeah, it was really hard to, but yeah, I slept." It's just like I just kind of like zoned out and like got dizzy. and they're just like, you need to go to the doctor, dude. I was like, oh shit. So
Damn,
I just thought it was funny because last time I got minor concussed.
bro. And I felt so bad when that happened too, because I felt like it was partially my fault for not opening the door all the
No
way.
shot, bro. I should have looked. Got to be more observant,
fair.
dude.
Fair,
that
but-
observant feet.
Did I teach you a lesson?
Yeah. Because when I walked,
Watch where you're going.
yeah, when I walked
God,
into here, I was
yeah.
extra cautious. I was like, all right, got my surroundings.
Anywhere I'm bringing you, you got to look around, keep your head on a
Keep your head on a
swivel.
swivel, yeah, protect your neck.
got that doohickey on me.
Yeah. Anywhere Devin brings you, it might be dangerous.
That's so
Keep the
funny.
doodad on me.
The doodad, keep it on you.
That Copper Creek.
The Copper Creek, you know what I'm saying? That's funny.
keep
Copper Creek.
Keep that hollow over balls on me. Know what I'm saying?
I feel like, yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like I've answered that question sufficiently. Returning back to that's what I've been up to.
I feel like you've
Because-
answered that question 3 times, and we've done this 3 separate times.
I didn't even
where
ask a
you've,
question. We were talking about my cat, and then you brought up a concussion.
Oh yeah, just story
Yeah.
time. But like, I keep
I like this format.
I keep going
Me
back
too.
to it because
I like silly moments.
my brain returns back to it. And it's like, did you answer this correctly? Did you want to like? My mind is like, did you expound upon it?
You answered it several different correctlies.
As you keep leaking
That's
stuff.
what I like about this
Yeah.
podcast,
Well,
though.
not even leaking stuff. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to tell you guys these things. I planned on saying it and just being like, yeah, I'm doing this.
That's what I enjoy about the podcast, though, is we can go all over the place and come back around to the same topic
Yeah.
16 different times, 15 minutes apart each time, and cover new ground each time.
For sure.
You know, long form long form content is good for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like when we that's the chair again. That's me.
Or is
That's
it
like-
the
It's
ghost?
just my cat.
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? Before I thought it was a voice. That time I thought it was like a violin. And I'm like, where the fuck?
So what's playing cello out there?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, but
World's smallest.
my mind's really playing tricks
Just
on
over
me.
here.
Huh? Yeah.
I thought you were doing the Harry Potter theme for a second there.
No. Well, yeah, it's a similar, but no.
Harry
It's the
Potter.
smallest violin.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stones.
Harry Potter is something I never got into.
You're not missing out on anything.
What about Potterheads? I never got into it either.
Fuck Harry Potter.
I just know people are. I mean, it's a
I read-
fandom.
I read-
I
all-
get it. Like I kind of get it
Yeah.
because it's the same. I get it. I get why people are into it for the same
Yeah.
reason I'm into Star Wars.
I read all of
I
the
get
books.
it. I'm just not into it.
It's not good.
So you've
You
been
don't think
put
it's
the
good?
time in.
It's good, but it's nothing. Yeah, it's not worth. The hype is very like. I personally don't get the worldwide sensation hype surrounding it. I
Fantastic
think it's
Beasts was
good,
really cool.
but I don't know.
Was it? I
anything
never
about
watched
that.
it.
It was.
I've never
uh,
watched any Harry
read.
Potter movie.
It was like a detective story in the world of Harry Potter. I was like, oh, this is fucking pretty sick.
I wish.
I was not a big fan of the Harry Potter movies.
I wish like Star Wars would do
the
more
Goblet of Fire.
genre things within the universe of Star Wars,
That one was actually really good.
like
Goblet of
Mandalorian,
Yeah.
like
like that.
Mandalorian, where it's kind of Western themed
Yeah.
within the universe of Star Wars. I wish they would do more shit like that.
Or like,
I think Andor-
Rogue One was really good.
I like Rogue One as basically,
But
a
everyone
war,
says
it's a
that
war movie
because it was really good.
It was. Well, a lot of people didn't like it at first. When
Really?
it first came out. Yeah. When it first came out, there's a lot of people that are like, this is lame. There's not enough, I don't know, Star Warsy shit. I loved it.
Yeah.
Of the Disney era Star Wars movies, Rogue One's my favorite one.
Really?
Because it's the only one that's not fucking retarded.
Not episode 9?
Fuck no. Do not start me on that.
Palpatine is back.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
Somehow.
So,
That's a literal, that is a line in the
I
movie.
know. No,
Somehow
Palpatine
returned.
I know.
I would, dude.
I know.
Somebody needs to make a rough cut where it's like, I guess he's back. I don't know. It's just like, it's like,
He figured it
Luke's
out.
like, I thought we dealt with this shit, bro. Like, the fuck are you doing here? You got thrown down into.
You
What?
got atomized in this
Literally.
fucking Death Star
It'd be different
thing.
if it was something that they
Yes, that would
planned to
happen.
like expose or like unveil later.
Right, as
on
if
in
they planned the trilogy from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been
But
smart, right?
That didn't.
If they fucking
happen.
did that.
It did. Well, the one question that a lot of people did have for years from the Star Wars franchise was like, okay, so the Death Star blew up and the Palpatine's gone, but like the legions of fucking Star Destroyers are still there. Like, what happened to them?
Well, there is stuff.
So it's like,
there is
what?
some stuff to explain that.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying now there's stuff to explain that. So people were like, "Are they gonna do something?"
Well,
with this?
there was expanded universe stuff that covered that.
It doesn't count.
I
Before
thought
Disney,
they like all like
unfortunately.
kind of defected back and joined them, like kind of with their
Like
ships
the
and
Well, basically
head
what
of the
hap-
snake is dead.
Well,
Yeah.
basically what happened, if we're talking about like pre-Disney expanded universe content,
Hit me with the lore.
basically what happened was all the like different leaders, like generals and stuff, basically went out and became their own warlords of different sectors of the galaxy. And then each of them had their own vision of how to continue the empire and expand. And each of them either collapsed or was defeated, or the one like main one that there was a whole trilogy written about it was Thrawn, Grand Admiral Thrawn, which has a big
You ever play KOTOR?
no, but Thrawn has a big
You ever play
part
KOTOR?
in the
Nice
Star
little
Wars
public.
Rebels series also.
I've wanted to, but I never have. Never got the chance.
And that's also what the Ahsoka show was covering, is Grand Admiral Thrawn, and basically,
Gotta watch it, man.
yeah, I liked it so far.
Is he a major character in KOTOR?
Thrawn, no,
No.
that's
But in
like
the show-
way in the past.
Did you
Knights of
watch
Old
the Bad
Republic.
Batch?
No, there's a lot of Star Wars I have kind of neglected just because.
Bad Beach.
Oh, bad. Yeah, no, the bad bitch. No,
The bad
there's a
bitch.
lot of Star Wars that I've neglected, partially because of Disney and partially because I just haven't really had the time. Like, I stopped watching Obi-Wan because the show was kind of just garbage to me. It was just not good.
You take that back right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Mandalorian was really good. Boba Fett was also really dumb.
Oh, you don't like Boba Fett?
No, not really. I liked the parts of Boba Fett that had Mandalorian in it.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people
Those are the
say.
only good parts.
So, bro, I don't know fucking why. Have you seen the Boba Fett? Bro, okay, so they fucking crippled this motherfucker so hard where
Yeah.
he's just like, anytime he would do something, he's like, I need to get to the chamber vac. Like they
Oh,
put him
the back to tank.
the back to tank. And then he crawls into this
for what?
fucking like.
So
Wait,
back to tank. A back to tank is basically like this like fluid that you can
you know, in the freezer
absorb
arc,
yourself. You
Dragon
can
Ball
like
Z?
bathe in, and it'll like heal your body really rapidly. But you have to be submerged in it and have like a breathing thing on and all this stuff.
Literally Goku in the Frieza arc where he's like
I
getting
see.
healed.
Yeah.
He literally
Gotcha.
crawls into that like no lie 4 different times
Yeah.
where he's like, I need to get to the back of the tank, and like he's crawling his way.
It's somewhat justified. It's justified to a point because the reason he's hurt and injured is because it's continuing
Dun, dun,
from episode 6 where he's
Yeah.
thrown or he falls
the
into
Sarlacc
the
pit.
Sarlacc pit,
Yeah.
which starts digesting you.
Yeah.
So it's literally a stomach in the ground. And so he gets his way out of that, crawls his way out, whatever. And so that's why he uses the back to tank. But I agree with you. There's like 8,000 times where he has to go
Bro,
back.
it was like so
but
many-
not only that, not only is he crippled in that way, but he does like the dumbest shit when they're fighting. Like there's like fight scenes where people are using like swords and shields and shit, and he has a guns, and there's like, why are you losing
Yeah.
to these people? Why are you not using your jetpack and getting high ground?
True.
Like it doesn't make any sense. The combat just does not make
I
sense.
thought it was really cool though, the Gamorrean guards. The
Oh, yeah.
green pig guys
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the axes. Because they were in the what were they? Episode
6.
Yeah. They were in that. They were in episode no, it is 6. Where he
It
gets-
might have been. Yeah, I think it was only 6. I think.
Yeah, where they get fucking
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That's where Luke comes into Jabba's palace
Yeah,
and
yeah,
chokes
yeah.
him out. and
Yeah,
just-
yeah,
they
yeah.
just crumble.
I was like, that's fucking sick that they brought him back.
Yeah.
I was super hyped. I had them as a toy when I was a kid, and I was like, what they brought? What? I was like,
cool.
yeah.
No, but Boba Fett is whack. They made him a whack. They turn him into a whack character.
Yeah.
Ahsoka
He was
seems
okay.
cool.
I think he was
Mandalorian is dope. Ahsoka seems cool so far. I hear great things about Andor, but I haven't watched it. But Andor is one of those things I'm talking about where it's like a genre.
Yeah.
Because it's like more like I've heard that it's more like spy thriller type vibe, which sounds interesting.
Mandalorian got weird for me because I think it was the episodes in the Boba Fett series where it showed him, he's like, I got the dark saber now.
And he has to fight the other dude.
Yeah, that was fine, but the main forge, the I forget the
I know
The
what you're
person
talking
who
about.
made the armor
Yeah.
for him was like, you took off your helmet, you can't be a Mandalorian anymore.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was just like, but he has the Darksaber, which is basically like the fucking
The trump card of
the one thing
Mandalorians.
where it's like you run the Mandalorians, like you're known as like the fucking king of them, essentially.
It's like I can do what the fuck I want.
It's like I'm the ruler. What do you mean?
Like, what
and
do
it
you-
was justified.
yeah.
But he's just like, it doesn't matter. You can't. No, you're no longer a
You have to go
Mandalorian.
bathe in
Like,
the springs of
stab.
Mandalore.
And he's like, okay. And then the fuckhead's like, you don't deserve the Darksaber. I want it now.
Yeah.
And he's like, bitch, you know what I can fucking do with this thing?
And he shows him.
And he's like,
And then nobody else.
oh, it's kind of heavy, but I can do a little something.
Yeah. No, man, I mean, I agree with you. There's some weird little iffy parts.
Yeah.
But Mandalorian, pretty gas. Ahsoka so far,
Yeah,
pretty
it was
gas.
good. It was good.
Obi-Wan and Boba Fett, really disappointing to me. What else? I need to watch Andor.
It's more content.
I did not watch the Star Wars Visions, which was like their anime inspired
I watched
one.
those.
The only reason I watched a couple of them.
Yeah.
But what disappointed me about, because leading up to it, when they were like announcing that this was a thing coming out, I was like, this is super hype. Anime style Star Wars shit. But
Animated style. Because it wasn't all anime.
no, you're right. Not all of it was anime
Some of
stuff.
it was like claymation or like 3D.
But
CGI.
the
Some of
reason it was
like-
disappointing to me is because they made it non-canon stuff, which pisses me off a little bit.
Yeah, non-canon.
It pisses me off a little bit
Excuse me,
because
sorry.
it pisses me off.
You good, brother.
It pisses me off when stuff is made non-canon when there's no reason for it to not be canon.
Yeah. It's just their way to say, like, it's literally just fighting the fans. It's like, we made this thing that we think is super cool, but don't worry, it didn't happen. It's non-canon. But everyone's but this makes sense. It fills in so many plot holes. It's perfect. But
Well,
they're
just
well,
like you can make original stories and original content that fits in canon that doesn't affect the greater story. They should have just done that, in my opinion, in my humble opinion.
bring back the midichlorians, bro.
Isn't that what they're doing now?
See,
With
midichlorian shit doesn't really bother me.
Never mind, something
A
else.
lot of people that really bothers.
I know. it
Doesn't
does.
fucking make
What
sense.
would you say?
Nothing. Never mind.
No.
No. What was
Sorry.
the question?
Oh no, I realized I was thinking about something else.
Oh.
I was like, don't they do that already? But then I was thinking, oh wait, no, that's Fantastic Beasts, what you were talking about earlier. Yeah, but
Oh, I just heard crazy news recently.
yeah.
Yes, they are rebooting.
Hit me with it.
They are rebooting.
Hit me with it.
Oh, another reboot.
They are rebooting.
crazy news.
Okay.
Harry Potter as a TV show.
Man, what kind of bullshit is this?
I'm not even a fan.
Honestly, it depends when.
I'm not even a fan of Harry Potter, but I think it's whack.
I think it'd be really
Bro,
funny,
you look
actually.
ecstatic for
I think
that
it'd be-
TV Harry Potter. You look so elated. You look like that was.
I want to see like an Always Sunny Harry Potter,
Oh
where
my
it's just
God.
like it's just normal students who are like, "Do you guys see what's going on? These fucking mother
Yeah,
like
there's a
the
bu-
Dementors just showing up. Like, are we supposed to deal
just,
with this?"
Just a crew of fucking Chuckle Fucks
And
from
it's
like
just like-
Hufflepuff or something.
And it's just
Yeah.
like Harry Potter in the background, like fighting. It's just like, do we help them?
It's
like,
the same
do-
events going on, but from like this dude's point of view.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a funny
That'd be
idea.
funny. Or just like make it a sports, and it's just about Quidditch. It's just
That-
about like an
that
up
could
and
be
coming
cool.
Quidditch team.
That could be cool.
Just like
See, I like shit like that. Shit that could just fit in the
Yeah.
universe that already exists, but it's new stuff.
Blue Lock, but Quidditch. It's like I will be the man. I just saw the meme where it was like, what was Harry Potter's like record for his matches? It was like something like he played a total of 7 Quidditch games, and his team won like 5 of them in his career, and they've only lost like twice with him in the games he's played. And I was like, that's not really like a D1 athlete. That's more of like a fucking. They kind of hyped him up.
Yeah.
I was
not
like,
bad.
I mean, that's like a bench. It's like,
That's still a good ratio.
But for
of
somebody
win-loss,
who's
though.
never done it before,
yeah,
that's not bad.
yeah. I get it, man.
I was watching a video the
I
other day
guess.
about
Yeah.
this guy did a video about franchises that Hollywood just keeps milking to death and should just let it die. Just let it end. And a couple of notable ones I thought were like really good points that I had not thought about before were
Oh, I got a good. Follow.
Charlie's Angels,
Okay.
which is not one I thought about, but when he pointed it out, how many different times like they've tried to making shows and movies of it and they all fail except like the first one.
Yeah.
Like just stop. Just
Reboot
stop.
it and make it 3 men.
They did that before.
Did they really?
That's
no shot. They did that.
That was a show right after the original show. The original series
No
was
way.
in, I want to say the 70s.
Or 78, 70.
Something like that.
My parents watched it.
Something like
That's
that.
how I knew about it.
But not long after that first series, they did that.
That's
They-
funny.
They did the same thing.
It's like when they put the girl for the Karate Kid.
Yeah. Wait, which one was that?
That was old. This is like before I was alive. It was just there. I just know about it just because it was funny.
And then Terminator is another one.
Yeah,
But they
but dude,
keep
that
every
could be
single movie
it
that's
could
come
be
out is a
so
reboot.
good. It could be so good.
It could be, but it's not
Like the first
because they keep rebooting the universe
You
like
guys
every
have
time.
seen Terminator 2
Yes,
Probably.
or Terminator 1?
I for sure have seen 1 and
You
2.
know the intro to Terminator 2 where it's like it's only like 3 minutes or 4 minutes long, where it's like, this is the future, and it's literally the fucking Terminator exoskeletons
Yeah.
like in the middle of like war. Like if they
Yeah.
fucking did that, but as a show, like Saving Private Ryan, Terminator would go fucking nuts.
that'd be hard.
Like people, they need to fucking do that shit,
As soldiers on the ground during the Terminator War.
dude. Yeah,
Judgment Day.
Like bro, ODST, they did it with fucking Halo,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that was everyone's fucking jam.
That was hard.
That was so good, executed perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
What's a franchise like that you guys would like? What would you do in terms of like one of these oversaturated that you think would just be cool that they haven't gotten right? Whether it's like Aliens, like a new Predator movie. The new
Halo.
Predator movie was good. Halo, yeah, dude.
Would have been nice if one of the pinnacles of gaming wasn't just abused into nothing, into oblivion by
Corporate.
a purely nothing but track record of pure incompetence and bad game releases and design.
You know
Bungie.
what? You know what could.
And you know what sucks?
I hate to be that guy that'd be like, "Oh, turn this game into a movie," but I think if it was done right, a really good franchise that could be a really sick movie, or maybe a trilogy movie or a show, Half-Life.
Yeah, that could be a really good show.
Half-Life could go so hard.
That'd be a really good
Could.
show.
Could emphasis on could, because you have to have the right people to do it who understand it.
Another like really cool show I think could be it's a little older, Shadow of Colossus.
Yeah, that would
True.
be sick.
As like that could be nuts as a show.
Yeah, absolutely.
What about Legend of Zelda?
They'll never do it right.
Yeah.
But then again, people said the same about One
the whole
Piece.
thing about Legend of Zelda is like it's like a cycle of like reincarnation and shit.
Yeah.
Like every new game, well, not every new game, but a lot of them, right? Is like a new.
Yeah, but there's a
thing.
point usually where you can like kind of break through on the other end without restarting the game. And
But they
there's,
could
like, an end
they
game.
could theoretically do a movie where it's like one of those reincarnations or whatever, and it's a standalone thing, and it could potentially be cool.
You know what's
Would be.
you know what sucks too? Do you guys remember like the Halo commercials they put out that were so
Yes.
amazingly good?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Where it was like the manufacturing of the making the weapons,
Yes.
making the
Yeah.
warthogs.
Yes.
And
Do you
then
remember-
the ODST soldiers from like the drone footage.
The Remember campaign.
Yeah, dude,
with
like
the
that's
models.
what we wanted. That's what it should have been. And then they were just like, nah, this is what you get.
I mean, the campaign was pretty much that. I feel like for
No.
the time, for the technology, Halo 3.
No, I think I'm
Halo
sorry.
3 definitely met the hype.
I think
Yeah.
you're thinking of a different thing. The Remember campaign with like the
Oh,
the
you're
models
talking about
with the
we're-
commercials.
two different things.
That was also sick.
We're talking about the real life
We're talking about there was
where they
for-
fight the brutes.
yes.
The Banshee crashes.
It was live
and then-
action.
Yeah,
There was like a 10-minute.
Chief wasn't even in it.
Yeah. Not well.
He was mentioned. It was him and the Pelican. It was like they were waiting for
Basically,
Master Chief
correct.
to come.
Yeah. Basically, it was like a 10 or 12-minute like almost like short film sort of
Yeah.
thing where it was ODSTs and Marines
Fighting brutes.
against brutes and stuff, and they're getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And they're trying to wait and hold off until Chief gets there.
And the spiker, remember like the spiker pistols the brutes had?
Yeah.
Literally ODSTs, the spikes would get like killing people, like hitting them in the armor. It's just a giant spike. And they're like,
it
oh,
pins the
they-
guy to the wall.
to the wall, and like they had to like rip it out, and then they had to fight their way to a warthog to
That
get
shit
the
was
fucking
sick.
rocket launcher to take out the
That
Banshee.
see, I've wanted a Halo movie so bad ever since then.
Yeah, like literally same.
And,
like-
they've come close to making it a couple times. Neil
ODST was kind of a
Blomkamp.
movie.
Neil Blomkamp, the guy who did Chappie and
Yeah,
Elysium,
yeah.
he was supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But it kept getting like lost in like development hell or whatever.
Another-
and it eventually became Elysium.
I still go back and watch the original Halo ODST commercial about the like the son losing his, I think it's his dad or brother or whatever, and then it's literally him going to boot camp him like getting his head shaved, him dropping in as an ODST, and then him going to the fucking battlefield, and then being like a veteran, and then fucking literally just patching up, like literally just burying his fallen comrade, fucking seeing banshees fly overhead at night in the middle of New Mombasa, and then fucking it's like, all right, helmet on, and then like they just leave.
What's always been so cool about
And with
Halo,
the Irish chant in the background going crazy. That shit's hard.
What's always been
That's
so
sick.
like alluring about Halo to me is that the entire it's one of those sci-fi universes where humans are extremely underpowered and outgunned.
Yeah.
And it's just sheer like will trying to survive.
Yeah.
And using like tactics, like trying to outsmart the enemy rather than outgun them.
Yeah.
But at every single fight, every single battle that ever takes place, humans are always like the losing side.
Unfortunately.
But
that's how it has to
But it
be.
makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
Where you have this one guy, this one super soldier who's just running shit.
Yeah.
He's literally humanity's only hope.
Dude, I'm still waiting for the Spawn movie. The new Spawn movie. I follow Todd McFarlane on Instagram, and he's just like every like year and a half he'll come out. New info about the Spawn movie. It's still in development. We started thinking about casting someone as. People ask him like, so what is it going to be about? Blah blah blah, and he's like, it's a mix between Paranormal Activity and The Departed. I was like,
What?
Is that an actual quote?
yes, dead ass. That's a quote.
What?
And it's just like, okay, because he didn't
For
want it,
Spawn?
because the first movie was like a superhero movie, and what he said at least, where it had the formula.
Right.
I mean, even it was like the anti-hero, you know, where it was just like he didn't want that so hard that he wanted to go hard other way. But like, it's funny because growing up, Spawn was my favorite superhero. Just because everything about it, like I was such a fanboy. It's honestly, Spawn was the reason why I started reading comics. Goes back to the Dreamcast. I had a Spawn video game, and I was like, "What is this about?" And I was just like, "Yeah, it's Spawn, blah blah blah." And I was like, "What is this in? Like, is this a movie?" And they're like, my brother was like, yeah, but like there's comics. And then I started reading the comics, and I was like, really, I bought a really good book about, it's called Devil in the Details, about Todd McFarlane's, like, he led a really interesting life, actually, in terms of just being an artist and grinding away. Like, definitely super respected, starting a business, like literally just like meeting really cool, like his friends, and then starting a studio. They started Image Comics, and just being like, dude, like you're fucking sick at what you do. I'm over here killing it. Like, we don't need this bullshit. Like, let's just make our own shit together.
Yeah.
Like, let's fucking fuck the noise. Like, let's just do it together and grind it out. And they did it, and they made it something huge.
That's
So,
sick.
super inspiring
Yeah.
for any
Huge.
artist or any person
Absolutely.
who does any type of media. It's just like, just sticking to the vision and just grinding it out.
Yeah.
Literally, my biggest, I guess mantra, you would say, is like getting the keys to the castle and then fucking just letting everyone in terms of like the homies.
Yeah.
That's why in like media, like that's why I started doing like zines, books, like all this other stuff, is so I can like all these kind of like you were saying, doing all the different lanes, the avenues, and then just fucking figuring it out, pieces to the puzzle, and then just helping everyone out, letting them in, and then conquering together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
The rising tide lifts all boats.
there
Absolutely.
you go. Great quote. Napoleon,
Find out, dog.
Roosevelt,
Probably.
I don't even know.
Euripides.
Euripides, Aristotle,
Yeah. Diogenes.
Buffeties.
Enoch.
Buffeties.
Buffeties nuts.
My favorite Greek philosopher.
Favorite philosopher.
My favorite Congolese philosopher, Buffeties.
Well, I think it's a good point to wrap up. We're going for 3 hours.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be another second longest podcast, probably.
Oh yeah.
right under Slugger.
What would Slugger would be the longest one?
Yeah, I think so.
Makes
Depending
sense.
on how that gets edited.
What's the longest
We'll see.
episode up to this point? Besides that,
I think episode 50, part 2. I think.
makes sense.
I could be wrong.
Man, you're gonna be setting a strong
I
precedent.
remember the hype for
People
episode
are gonna
50.
be like, "Oh, it's a 3-hour long podcast."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that came out to 250 something. I could be wrong. I don't remember exactly.
Maybe this one will go down once you edit some of it out.
I don't think there'll be much edited from this one, honestly.
Well, just for like little cuts of dead air and shit like that.
Well, that always gets cut, but video version makes that a little harder to do because it's a lot of jump cuts.
Fair. I think there is at some point. I forget exactly where. Unfortunately, somewhere earlier where I said somebody's name that I thought you all wanted to bleep out, but I forget what it was. What the context was.
figure it out.
Yeah, you'll hear it.
I'll do that.
Right on. Well,
Malice,
Yeah.
this will be our final segment. Final thing.
Gang, gang.
I don't think I asked you this the last time you were on the pod.
Okay.
And if I have, then I'll just edit this part out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any paranormal experiences in your life?
Yeah.
Paranormal, ghosts, extraterrestrial, aliens, UFO spottings?
No, paranormal
visions?
stuff. Oh, dude, visions all the time.
Yeah?
Vision, yeah.
Like visions of like
Not good.
stuff that was just like
Stuff that has come
beamed
to
into your head.
fruition.
Oh,
Yeah. Multiple times throughout life.
really?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit?
Final segment wise? You said this is the final segment.
Yeah, we're wrapping up here.
Okay.
I just want some. I'm curious about like your experiences with any of that. Basically, anything that is difficult or impossible to explain on a physical realm basis. Aside from aliens, which is physical, but
I can tell you something bullshit. Not like fake, but bullshit, and that's fucked up.
I just want to.
sure.
Sure, I guess if that's your
Let's
answer.
hear it.
I like not deja vu. I saw basically season 2, the ending of season 1 to Daredevil, in my dreams before it came to fruition, and I was really pissed off because I was watching it. And I was like, "This is fucking great," and I was like, "Yeah," and then this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and my brother-in-law was like, "This fucking just dropped on Netflix. What are you talking about?" And like, we didn't have Netflix, and I was like, "Yeah, this happens, this happens, this happens." And he's just like, this literally came out an hour ago.
That's awesome.
And I was,
You saw it in a dream?
Yeah. And I was actually
Like
So
how
trusting,
how
bro.
vivid are we talking? Like you had
Like the
bullet,
scenes, I
like
was like-
beats, like certain plot points, or like
no, it was literally just the ending point where I was like, oh, dude, this happens. The guy's on the fucking, gets his hand cut off. He has the ankle monitor, blah, 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 blah.
so
That type
somewhat
shit.
so pretty detailed,
Yeah.
but the ending.
Yeah.
That is kind of bullshit.
Yeah. I was like, bro, spoilers. What the fuck?
So
And I've had that happen to me.
extra
Like,
dimensional fucking spoilers
I have other
beamed
shit
into your brain.
happen to me throughout my life.
That's crazy.
Just about like
That is bullshit.
warnings about things and like people.
Huh.
I'm just like, hey. And 99% of the time it's right.
Mm.
And like, you can only do so much. You can only warn people.
True.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that wraps that up there.
Yeah.
That's a very unique answer to that question.
No.
Never heard that. That's why I like asking everybody that, because
That's the one instance where it's like, that's bullshit, man.
Yeah, you get spoiled.
For real. Like,
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
So wait, like when you went to watch it, it was like exactly what you had in your brain.
yeah. Beat for beat, like beat for beat.
What do you think that was? Like, do you theorize like how that came to be in your mind?
I don't know. I was small.
Like, do you have knowledge?
Something that's-
do you have knowledge of Daredevil before that, like from comics or from
No.
anything?
Something else. Well, this is kind of fucked up, but something. My sister in high school. So I drew a comic panel. This is way back in the day. I was like in middle school. My sister was in high school. We went to the same school. I drew a comic panel of this person getting sick with swine flu. Remember swine flu?
I do remember that.
And then giving it to my sister, unfortunately. And then 3 months later, that came to fruition. And the exact person, exact sickness, exact thing happened. And then what's even crazier upon that was the swine flu activated. She has lupus, so like activated her dormant lupus, and like I literally had a comic thing of like this person is going to bring this to this school during this time and give it to this person.
You want some Oracle shit? What the hell?
And it happened, and I felt really, really bad and really shitty.
You want some Oracle shit?
Because then I was like, did I bring that to fruition? And then I'm just like, it's not like something I wished or happened. It just happened.
Well, of course, yeah. Bro, what?
I've had weird shit, like whether it's like lucid dreaming or just astral projecting, and
Really, astral project?
yeah.
Astral projection.
I would do stupid shit though. I'd literally go outside my door and just like look at my cat. Back when I had my cat.
You would go
I was like, oh,
to the living room to see the cat.
I was like, oh, you sitting there? Okay, just loafing. I was like, oh, okay.
Do you think the cat could perceive your projection?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
It reacted
Yeah.
to you being there?
It would look at me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That sounded like a cat.
It did sound
For
like a
sure.
cat. I heard it. That is wild.
Yeah.
We need to have a conversation another time about astral projection
Another
stuff.
time. Another
Because
time.
that whole sphere.
A lot of my art comes
Shit.
from my dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
I just want to ask you like another hour's worth of questions about that now.
Well,
But
Well,
that's
save it for next
It's got to be another time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, thank you everybody for listening.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I should be looking at the camera or not,
Fuck
or
yeah.
just looking at you guys because you're here in person.
Gang, gang.
Okay.
Malice, thank you so much for coming, being here with us,
Having
joining
me
us.
on. Thank you for letting me come.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it is you want to call it.
That's a thing?
Ghost on the Ox, huh?
Zitter.
On X.
X, it's
Yo,
called X
follow me
now.
on X, bro.
Yeah, Twitter's
Follow me
called
on Eggs.
Elon.
I don't give a fuck. You're a Fed if you're saying, yo, follow me on X. I'm gonna stand by that statement. Nobody says, bro, you haven't followed me back on X.
Yeah, no, I only got X and Threads. but
Bro,
I was like-
I heard a poll. I heard that there's like a poll where like 70% of people still call it Twitter.
Yeah, no
Of course.
shot.
Yeah. I don't know why he would try to change it. Anyways, follow us on Twitter or X, whatever the fuck you want to call it, at Ghost in the Ox. Instagram, at Ghost in the Ox.
Fuck yeah.
Threads, at Ghost in the Ox.
Fuck yeah.
Patreon, Ghost in the Ox. Linktree, Ghost in the Ox. Send us questions. What else? Or send us hate mail. That you can also do that.
Sure.
Send us your nudes if you want to do that. The internet's a dangerous place. Anyways, goodbye.